Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Nocturnal Nerdcast Pop Culture in the Dark. I am your host, Eric. Welcome to our Tuesday night stream. It is April 14th, 2026, and we are a couple of days into CinemaCon, so we have a lot to talk about in terms of CinemaCon. So many topics, I don't even know if I have them all. Like, I feel like I do, but I might not. If there is a topic that you would like for myself or the panel to discuss, you can always super chat and say, hey, you want to talk about this? And, it might be something we didn't know about. But there's a lot to discuss. The main thing we're going to go over is the Spider-Man Brand New Day stuff from Sony. There's also some other Sony stuff we'll talk about. Superman, Supergirl stuff. And that's the big stuff. We're going to talk about a lot of other stuff as well tonight. I keep saying stuff. Other things, other topics. We're going to have plenty of things to discuss. Right now, it is just myself. I'm not sure. What is this here? Pop out chat? When do they add this? Hold on for a second. Sorry, something came up on my stream here. There's a pop-out chat for StreamYard now? Yeah, we're not going to be using that. Because it doesn't save, like, starred... Let me try something here. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. They always do stuff, and when I start the stream, it's like there's other things happening. And I'm like, what is going on? Okay. Hold on. Close that. All right. There we go. There's always something. Okay. Where was I? All right. So Super Chat goal tonight is 5 on both channels. If we hit the goal in the Debunks channel, I will do another bonus stream. So if you would like to have another bonus stream, we did one Sunday on the Debunks channel. If we hit the goal over there, another bonus stream. I know you guys enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun. So another Copecast if we hit the goal over there. If we hit the goal over here, we're going to do something in this box right here. So you guys can vote on it. This is a new way of doing polls. All you have to do, whether you're on mobile or desktop, is type 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on which one you want, and you will see it added to the poll over here in the corner. So feel free to do that tonight, and if we hit the goal, we will do one of these in a bonus Nerdcast or stream somewhere in there. I'm going to do a shout out to some people in the chat here. We got some channel members in the building. Give a shout out to Lone Wolf is here. Jose is here. Good to see you. I think South Texas Shark is here as well. The Master is here. Yeah, good to see you guys. We do have a super chat already, which is good. Thank you so much for the super chat. Connor Dorian Charlie Man X with a $5 super chat on the Reloaded channel says, did you see that Don Mancini is finally writing a scary Chucky movie for movie theaters? Is that from CinemaCon? If it's from CinemaCon, it's quite possible it's one of the things that I missed. Because there's so many things. I mean, I have a window open. I hope it doesn't crash. I have a window open with like 20 tabs on it. So for me, it's like I'm going to have to go through those tabs and pick out everything that we need to talk about. I didn't know this. But it's not shocking to me that they're going to lean back into this. The Chucky franchise is a very popular one, and they would be really silly to not move forward with more Chucky content. So thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Do I dye my beard? All the time. I use different colors. If you go back like 2 years, you'll see some crazy colors. crazy colors. I don't do the crazy colors too much anymore. I might start doing them again this year, though. Chris says Universal's presentation is happening tomorrow afternoon, but this news was announced yesterday. Okay. Yeah. We're going to talk about this tonight. What's up, Cody? Good to see you. We are going to talk about this tonight. I'm trying to see if Darren is going to show up. If Darren comes in, I'm sure he has a lot to say about it because I'm sure he's just as annoyed as all of us are about this one. So, yeah, we'll see. Hold on here. There we go. Pagey update. No update. I don't have an update. Let me check my phone. I'll see if he's messaged me back. I don't think he has, though. Well, let me check. No, the last thing that I messaged Pagey with was, "Are you alive? I'm just checking your pulse." And that was Sunday. Hold on one second. All right. He's probably working. Yeah, I mean, it is possible. It is possible. So tonight we have a lot of stuff to discuss from Sony. We had some Warner Brothers stuff that came out and some other random things. And then tomorrow and Thursday we'll have stuff to discuss on Thursday night because Disney's got something going on Thursday. So we'll have to see. But that's why we got Spider-Man stuff today is because it was Sony yesterday, I think, on Monday. So Darren said check the mod chat. Where? I don't see Darren in here. Check the mod chat. All right, hold on. Oh, okay. I see. Discord is acting up for me. So I can't see my DMs at the moment. And I've tried to restart stuff. It's not working. So I'm having some issues with Discord. I can't see DMs and I can't see any alerts. So it's not really doing well for me at the moment. 1 second. Let's see here. All right. We do have someone. So one thing I have to complain about is I'm not getting noises when people come into the back rooms anymore of the stream. So I see that Jake is sitting in the back room. I don't know how long he's been there, but for some reason StreamYard's not dinging or making noises when people come in. I'm not sure what's going on. So
I heard the first little bit of what you were saying. So you didn't see the message I sent you earlier?
My Discord it's weird. It's not letting me click on stuff. So
you still can't see it?
No, I can't see any DMs right now.
Hold on, let me just put it in this private chat. I think Discord's trying to just silently remove you.
Maybe. It's a lot of stuff's not working. It needs to be updated, but I'm afraid to do anything while we're streaming.
What's up, guys?
So,
yeah, I just put it in the private chat.
Yeah, I don't care. I think this is the one that he had before anyway. It's the old studio. But
I don't know if it is, but...
Well, it's one of the older ones because the new one for some reason wasn't working earlier, so...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, we have a ton to talk about, and anything exciting on your end, Jake? Anything going on this week?
I've just been really busy this past week. Just trying to get a good amount done before we get to the end of May, because then a good amount of my content then is going to probably be primarily Lego Batman.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
By the way, do you see the poll here? Have you voted yet?
I haven't voted yet, but no. Oh,
we have best heroes with mask, worst decisions made by heroes, best superhero team up, and this is across all, like, this is always for me all media unless it says otherwise, and most outdated movies. So like films that don't hold up, like they've got inappropriate humor, the special effects are bad.
How old do they have to be considered outdated?
I mean, anything beyond like the last 5 years, probably.
Sure.
So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think So, to me at least, there's a difference between dated and outdated. Like there are things that you see in certain films that very much date the film that they're in, but I don't think that necessarily makes it outdated.
Mm-hmm. Well, anything like that fits the criteria of stuff that doesn't hold up, like things that don't hold up today, whether it be the humor, the special effects, the acting, any of that stuff.
That'd be a fun one.
So, well, looks like right now it's 1 and 3 are the ones that people are gravitating towards. So, we will see what happens. Let's see here.
Super Chat's going all right so far, or?
We are 1 out of 5 right now.
Guys, so, YouTube is killing this channel.
But we have a few things to talk about. What I'm going to do for now is I'm going to move this over here because we are going to move to the side. And
so now we're side pieces.
Yeah, 100%. All right, we're going to talk about this story first because it kind of blew my mind. And I don't really know like how to really get into it, so we're just going to go for it.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Like,
well, also,
it's been a roller coaster ride because I've seen so many different things come out about this.
Yeah, I've seen this headline before.
So I'm a little confused. Let's see here. It says Ruby Rose accuses Katy Perry of SA. Perry's rep slam claims is categorically false and dangerous lies. All right. Batgirl in Orange is a new black actor, Ruby Rose, allegedly... What?
Batgirl? Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's wrong. They've been wrong about this a lot lately. I'm not sure what's going on over there. Alleged on Threads that Katy Perry SA'd her at a nightclub in Melbourne. Rose was responding to a post published by Complex that covered Perry's reaction to Justin Bieber headline Beaver. Justin Bieber. Is this Zootopia? Justin Bieber's headlining set at Coachella, which by the way, that was a really stupid set. Did you see clips of that?
No, I did not.
He was just walking around while like his music videos played in the background. It was really weird.
I mean, do what you want, I guess.
Yeah. Katy Perry SA'd me at Spice Market nightclub in Melbourne. Who gives a shit what she thinks? It's just a random... Like, this comment is so random.
Jake, I need that. You need what?
What?
I was reading the comment.
Your hat, probably, I think.
Oh, not for sale.
Just in. Beavers. Right, exactly. A representative for Perry reacted to the claim in a statement to Variety that reads, the allegations being circulated on social media by Ruby Rose about Katy Perry are not only categorically false, but are dangerous, reckless lies. Miss Rose has a well-documented history of making serious public allegations on social media against various individuals, claims that have repeatedly been denied by those names. And I don't think any of them have ever gone to court. So, anyway, it goes on to say here, according to Rose, the alleged incident occurred when she was in her 20s. She responded to one fan who asked for details about writing. She didn't kiss me. She saw me resting on her best friend's lap to avoid her and bent down, pulled her underwear to the side and rubbed her, I'm not going to say that because of YouTube, in my face until my eyes snapped open and I projectile vomited on her. After I threw up on her, I told the story publicly but changed it to be a funny little drunk story because I didn't know how else to handle it. Later, she agreed to help me get my U.S. visa, so I kept it a secret. But I did tell y'all she wasn't a good person. Okay.
All right.
Goes on to say, I was only in my early 20s. I'm now 40. It's taken 2 decades to say this publicly. Though I am so grateful to have made it long enough to find my voice, it just shows how much of an impact trauma and essay takes. Thank you for seeing me. She said but look, and see, she goes, she's not interested in filing a report. She goes, you don't need people to believe you. You just need to get it out of your poor body before it gives you cancer. So she's making an allegation, but has no intention of taking the evidence and doing anything with it. And this is somebody who's a celebrity who has no problem, apparently, saying this publicly. And I'm not saying she's a liar. I'm like, well, if you're going to say it, then, like, shouldn't you take this to the authorities?
Okay, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't say this sort of thing with the intent of it blowing up. And I'm not saying that is what's happening, but maybe you say this sort of thing and don't have that intent. However, you have to know that that's going to happen. Like, you have to know that that's going to spread. That's not just going to be swept under the rug.
Yeah, and apparently now she's saying that she can't talk about it for legal reasons. And I'm like, yeah, because you're not going to actually go and press charges or anything like that. So I thought it's just kind of a weird story, right? It feels weird to me, but all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to linger on that topic for long.
Yeah. I just thought people were asking me my opinion on it. I don't have much of an opinion. If somebody has seriously been SA'd and they feel confident enough to say it publicly, that I would say go and file charges against that person.
Yeah.
I know that sometimes it's hard to do when you're not a person in a position of means, but clearly Ruby Rose has no problem saying what happened. I mean, she was very descriptive on what happened.
But also, this was what? Like, this was over a decade ago.
2 decades. It was she said it was 2 decades ago. So, like, what, 2005 to 2010, sometime in that era? So, Naruto with a $2 super chat says, just got back from Super Mario Galaxy. Great movie. Yeah, I had fun with it. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I had fun with it. I thought it was a good movie. It wasn't the most interesting movie I've ever seen, but it was okay.
And I mean, that movie it exists to just be a fun time. It's not trying to be the next Citizen Kane or The Godfather, and people really need to stop trying to treat it like it is.
And you know, when we say stuff like that, people are like, well, kids deserve good movies too. And I'm like, I didn't say it was a bad movie. I just said it's not some piece of high art. Like, I know
I know a bunch of kids that enjoyed this movie.
Yeah. Most people that I talked to that have kids said their kids had a good time at it. So, I don't know. I thought it was okay. Connor Dorian here with a $5 super chat. Thank you again for contributing. Have you seen the trailer for the upcoming Duffer Brothers produced TV show, The Burrows? I haven't watched the whole thing, but it is in the tabs to watch because we have at least 4 trailers to watch tonight. So that's one of them, which is why I started early. I wanted to get going a little bit early. Also, at the end of the stream, as always, we will talk about Daredevil. I don't think it's going to take like 40 minutes to discuss this episode, but we will talk about it at the end of the stream.
I can already assume there's probably going to be nothing game related tonight.
Definitely not, and probably not on Thursday because we're having the Disney CinemaCon thing on Thursday. Yeah. So
honestly, we're probably going to have to schedule another one of those game nights. People seem to like the last one.
No, it was fun. I had a good time with it. All right, so the next thing I want to discuss is, oddly enough, Arrowverse related. I thought it would be a good segue from the Ruby Rose stuff. And if anybody is wondering where you can watch Arrowverse stuff, well, it is coming to Pluto. And they said here, Arrow and 2 more classic CW shows heading to new free streaming home. The Green Arrow is back on the job. This time he's doing it for free. Arrow is joining Pluto TV's library of free streaming shows, along with fellow classic CW shows Hearts of Dixie and The 100. The 100's pretty good too. But Heart of Dixie, not so much. 100 falls off at the end, just like Flash did. But
100 crashed.
Yeah, it definitely did. But I'm going to assume that this means they're probably discussing bringing more of the Arrowverse shows to Pluto, if it does well.
I mean, maybe because I mean, again, free home, like it is a free place for them to be. Because I mean, what like so Supergirl is gonna leave next year because that's when its 5-year deal ends because it ended in 2021. Well, no, it'll leave this year because it ended in 2021, so its 5-year Netflix deal will be up by then. I think Black Lightning ended in 2021 also. So yeah, those two will be next on the list if they follow through with the whole Pluto thing, and then Batwoman and Legends right behind it, and Flash will be the last carry up through it because Stargirl and Superman are already on HBO. So.
It says here, Pluto cites data claiming 72% of Gen Z say they prefer shows from the 2000s or 2010s. With that in mind, bringing these shows to Pluto makes sense. The company also cites data stating that over 60% of U.S. households now watch free streaming mostly. For Pluto, 18 to 34-year-olds are the fastest growing demographic, rising more than 30% from last year.
I honestly think a lot of those free streaming sites like Tubi and Pluto have a lot of just underappreciated stuff on them that people just aren't seeing.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna jump over to.
So everybody complaining, saying, "Oh man, CW failed. They took my Arrow off Netflix." Now will you stop fucking whining? Sorry, I just keep getting annoyed every time I scroll onto Facebook and someone's like, "Oh, you fail. I can never forgive you, Netflix and CW." It's like, my man, entitled nerds bother me so much.
All right, you guys can vote on this poll visually for the next couple minutes, and then we're going to pull it down periodically while we're discussing topics. All right, so this is from the Wrap. I thought this would be an interesting story to jump into first. All right, so talk about scumbag behavior. Disney layoffs have affected several entire divisions of publicity. Marvel and some other noted lieutenants of Azad Ayaz, the company's CMO. I can't say that. I can't say that. Among those let go are 20 people from the company's publicity departments, as well as the entire home entertainment team. You know what that is, Jake? Chat, you know what the home entertainment team is?
Yeah.
It is physical media.
Yep. I didn't even have to ask. I already knew.
Also gone is the EPK team. On the digital marketing side, positions at every level were eliminated, including SVP of Global Digital Marketing Dustin Sandoval and Director of Digital Marketing Mike Reeder. Also, apparently, let me see if I can find this quickly. I thought I had this organized, so hopefully I do. I guess I don't. Apparently they got rid of, I don't have the tweet here, but they got rid of a visual art department as well. So like they got rid of a ton of people in the arts divisions. Probably because of AI, if I had to be honest. I think it's probably because of AI. This is bad for a ton of reasons. Anytime people are losing jobs, it's bad. But the one that sticks out to me is home entertainment, because that means we're going to be losing a lot of physical media for a lot of their projects.
Can we get off the damn roller coaster?
I just don't, I mean, we see now, I've seen videos of it. I know people talk about it online. I have seen so many people.
I just don't understand what the benefit of this is.
AI. They're saving money with AI. That's what they're trying to do. But I've seen so many people, younger people. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I've seen so many younger people who are getting back into more traditional media, going out to like video rental stores, things like that. And getting into that communal aspect of like enjoying media.
Yeah.
And now Disney is saying, no, we're going to get rid of that team, the one that does that. We're going to pull them away. We're going to fire a bunch of people that work for us now in the marketing teams and the actual art departments, things like that. Clearly, this is an AI thing. If you look at what they're doing here, they're eliminating these jobs because they've got either one person that's using AI to do it all by themselves, or they're just going to have AI handle it, and you're going to have one person overseeing that division.
They're going to find out really quickly that AI's version of handle is a lot different than theirs.
Yeah, I agree. We have Oscar Isaac in the building. You're muted, I think.
He's here to announce season 2 of Moon Knight.
Oh, maybe.
Darren, you're still muted.
Hear. Yeah, I can't hear Darren.
This was happening earlier too.
Something's going on with StreamYard.
Still, Darren, see if it connected to your computer mic again.
Cody here with the $2 super chat says explains why we never got any more Disney Plus releases from like for like home at home, like DVDs, Blu-rays, things like that.
I mean, see, man, am I the only one that misses the days of direct-to-video?
I miss VHS tapes.
Same. I still collect a handful of them.
This is not good, y'all. This is bad. Bad.
Yeah.
You said, can we get off this ride? Is that what you said?
The phrase, can you just leave well enough alone, comes to mind.
Here's the rest of it. I found the tweet that I was looking at. Marvel was reportedly hit hard with the Disney layoffs today. Darren's good now, looks like.
Yeah.
Any better?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. I still buy DVDs whenever possible, like Chris said. I still do that, because especially if you go to like a Walmart, they have bins there where it's like, hey, $5 DVDs, buy as many as you want, all $5.
Yeah. I have to say, it's quite clever for Marvel to lay people off during CinemaCon. That's pretty clever.
If clever is used for it.
So nearly the entire visual development team was let go. Many were there for over a decade. Only a skeleton crew, not the TV show, remains in place for a coordinate hiring on a per project basis. So gig work. They're basically doing gig work. You come in, you work a job, and then they let you go. So they don't have to pay for your health insurance. That's what this is. They don't want to pay people for health insurance. I can tell you right now, that's the reason. Anytime you see someone doing this, because this is what was happening with a lot of the stuff on streaming that was getting taken off streaming, is if you're not a regular employee that works there, that's someone who is actually hired on to work for Disney, and you're just a gig worker or a temporary employee, they don't have to provide health insurance for you.
You don't get benefits.
Yeah. Says Disney overall is laying off 1,000 employees. That's crazy. It's great. Like, I don't like being against these companies that are putting out stuff that I like. But it's really hard for me to do it. Right. They make it so easy to be the villain of the story every time.
Just
like,
if it's not broke,
1,000 people,
don't fix it.
1,000 people.
So this just relates to something that I thought of, because one of my most recent jobs that I worked at, they had to cut off a lot of people's hours, like piece by piece, because, and I quote, they overhired on their staff team by 1,100 hours. Or they overscheduled by 1,100 hours. How do you make that big of a mistake? 50 or 100 I could get. 1,100? Yeah, no. And as soon as I saw this today, for some reason I just had a flashback to that. It's just the same stupid mindset.
Yeah.
Really, I've said it once, I'll say it again, I'll say it to the heavens. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
All right, we're going to take the poll down in a moment, but I'll pull it back up so people can vote on it. But right now, these are your options, 1, 2, 3, or 4. You can vote now.
Sorry.
Best heroes with mask, worst decisions made by heroes, best superhero team up, and most outdated movies. So those are your options in the chat, 1, 2, 3, or 4. You can keep voting even if the poll is down, but you won't be able to see it on screen. So There you go. We're going to hide it for now. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is, let's drop that down, is an article that someone sent to me, and they suggested we talk about it. So we're going to discuss it.
Use line improv. Is that a compliment? I don't know if I'm being complimented there or not.
So, Star Wars Mark Hamill reaffirms if you want Luke Skywalker to be gay, he is.
All right.
Reaffirms. I never heard this the first time. Apparently, this was said before.
News to
I
me.
guess.
The Pit. Sorry.
Yeah, I see that bottom. So much drama about that show right now. Nearly 50 years after A New Hope, the actor believes anyone can and should see what they want to see in his performance. Okay. Over the course of 50 years, Mark Hamill has heard every question about Star Wars you could possibly ask the actor behind Luke Skywalker, but there's a burning question he's heard most since his first movie swept into the world in 1977. Why didn't Luke get married? Which, according to Hamill, is often followed up with, is Luke gay?
I don't think people were asking that then. I'm sorry, I don't.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead, Garen.
this goes for like any character that has ever existed ever. Like, you see what you want to see out of characters, and that's fine. Like, that's what fanfic is, right? Is like you get to put your own spin on these characters. That's the point. I know all the channels are going to be like, oh, how could he say this? But like, this is fine. Like, yeah, like let fans think what they want to feel about their favorite character. That's
same
fine.
channels that preach about free speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes on to say, on a recent phone call with Hamill, I didn't need to pry to find out his go-to answer. He has a clear take on a topic that so many actors in similar positions would never in a million years take a stance on out of fear of alienating their four-quadrant audience. Without a pause, Hamill asserts that because George Lucas didn't delve into Luke's sexuality in the text of his films, the answer is whatever a given viewer wants it to be and will remain that way forever. So if you want him to be gay, he is. If you don't want him to be, he's not. It's whatever you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned fanfics. I mean, essentially, this is what you do when you create something about a character that isn't present in the actual project, book, movie, TV show. You're essentially creating a fanfic.
Yep,
that's what that is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, and also like, so I deal with this all the time when it comes to these kind of characters. But like, people are like, "Well, he kissed Leia." It's like, okay,
she kissed him to prove a point in one moment, and then it never happened.
Sure, but like even then, there's like he could be bisexual. He could be like, there's a lot of spectrums he could fall into. This happens a lot where it's like, well, like this character was into this person once. It's like, and like there's. I
also want to point out, why is a single man automatically assigned as gay? Gay people have relationships, so I don't understand why it's like, oh, he's single, so he must be gay. What does that mean? Like, why would that be? Like, in Star Wars and Star Trek, there's relationships that cross species boundaries. Like, why would this be such a weird thing? You know what I mean?
No one complained whenever they were hooking up with the green chicks in Star Trek.
I also think there's something cool about, like, a character doesn't always need to be in a relationship. Like, I think it's cool that you can have a character as big as Luke Skywalker not need to have a love interest. Like, I think I think that's cool.
Crazy Joe has arrived. What is up, Joe?
Hey.
Sorry, the poll is covering your face, but I thought I'd bring it up for a second in case anybody wants to vote on it. This is the new StreamYard polls in the streams, where you just have to type 1, 2, 3, or 4 to choose which topic you want. So it's a new thing they're doing on StreamYard. So you choose by typing a number into the chat, and then it goes up there. So there we go. How are you doing, Joe? It's been a minute since you've been on.
All right. I was here Friday. Was I here Thursday? I can't.
Early, but I think you left early.
Time is a blur.
Fair enough. We're just going over the Luke Skywalker is Mark Hamill says if people want him to be gay, he can be gay, and if they don't have to, because there's no according to him, there was no in-canon story about his sexuality, so it doesn't matter. What do you think about that?
Sure.
So you're not freaking out like all these other people are about it?
Well, I mean, there's no canonical story that says he's gay, and there's no canonical story that says he isn't gay. So who cares?
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let me get the next topic here. Actually, I'm trying to get through all of the stuff that isn't directly connected to the CinemaCon stuff early. So, let's do this one here. I'm going to read this out because Darren's here, so why not? Why not, Darren? Because you're here, and I know you're very passionate about this topic. The new Avatar animated movie leaked online over the weekend, starting with clips on X and then reportedly escalating to the full film circulating months ahead of its release. The exact source of the leak is still unconfirmed. There's a social media claim that Nickelodeon accidentally sent this movie to someone, but no credible outlet has verified that. Paramount's clearest response so far has just been DMCA takedowns and no detailed public explanation. I thankfully did not see any of them. So I have not been spoiled on any of it. I did hear people complaining about the way certain characters sounded, and they're upset about the voice actors and stuff like that. But I didn't get spoiled on any of the visuals of the movie, so that's good. I have some thoughts about it, but I wanted to toss the ball out to you guys first. Like, what are we thinking about this? Because it's a weird story, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's... I've hated every step of how they've treated this movie. I think it's so strange. A show that has such high quality has consistently been put through the mud again and again. Like, the Avatar movie we got back in the day was just a disaster. The final season...
That killed the name for years.
The final season of Legend of Korra, people had to watch on the website instead of watching it live on TV. The original creators had to leave the Netflix show because they weren't vibing with what was going on here. This they launched this studio, but we've seen nothing for 5 years, and then the first project gets taken off the theatrical release calendar. Now it's going to streaming. Now it's leaked. It's just bad thing after bad thing, and it's so unfortunate. These artists have worked last 5 years to get this thing out, and they seemingly put their all into it. Honestly, screw anyone that's already watched the movie. People that are watching it via TikTok, it's so... why would you want to watch it that way? Wait for them to officially release it. I don't know. It's disappointing.
So Cody says here, we did hit the goal with Cody's super chat, so thank you so much, Cody, with the $2 super chat. It was a hack. I've heard this as well, but again, Paramount hasn't, as far as I know, Paramount hasn't confirmed anything. Unless there's news that popped up in the last couple of hours that I'm not aware of. I don't think they've actually said otherwise. But here's the deal. If they can be hacked this way, why the fuck would Warner Brothers want to deal with a company their movies can get leaked on the internet so easily?
Yep.
Has anyone considered that this may have been an intentional thing because of Paramount?
I don't know why they would do that, though.
To hurt Paramount. Right now, there's 1,000 people in the industry have written a letter. We've got them.
So you're suggesting somebody on the inside did it to hurt Paramount?
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I think it could be sabotaging the company. I mean, maybe not, but it's possible. I think everyone's against this right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the only people that are for it is the government and the Ellisons, right? They're the only ones, and of course, James Cameron has been singing the praise of this. But the vast majority, 99% of the industry, doesn't want this to happen. We're talking about everything from workers on sets that do things like food service, craft service, things like that. They don't want it to happen. TV outlets around the country don't want it to happen. Streaming services don't want it to happen. Theaters don't want it to happen. CinemaCon. Matter of fact, there's a statement from Michael O'Leary at CinemaCon. I actually had the quotes over here where he talked about it, and we'll go over those in a second. Yeah, it feels to me like, why would you want to work with a company or be part of a company that can be hacked so easily. This is definitely going to be something that comes up during the hearings, the antitrust hearings. For sure, they're going to bring this up.
This isn't a first-time thing, too. I know people already brought it up in chat, but the last 3 SpongeBob movies were also leaked several months, if not a year, before their release. So this isn't new. Like, these like Nickelodeon movies are getting out there pretty...
Are they on a flash drive somewhere? Like, how is this happening?
I don't know. They need to fix their shit, though. Like, they need to get whatever this is locked down.
Or whoever is leaking this shit, we need to get them over to Warner Brothers and get that damn Batgirl movie.
Yeah, we could do that. That would be good for sure.
I will say, just really quickly, like, it does make me scared for the future of Avatar Studios. Because this isn't just some movie. This is the launching point of an entire, like production company. Like, this is a new thing that they're doing. And we're getting the show next year, but we're supposed to be getting a whole slate of movies, and this whole thing is making me very nervous that it may not last. Right? They might just do the movie and the show and call it quits. If your movie's getting leaked, if you took it off of the theatrical calendar for this year, why would they want to make a bunch of other movies in this thing? Unless it's like super popular for streaming numbers. But even then, like, they put a lot of money into this movie. Like, you cast like big actors to star in this thing. So, I don't know, it makes me nervous.
Yeah. What about you, Jake? Any thoughts on it?
Kind of like what... Oh, all right, Darren. Kind of like what Darren said at the start. When it comes to the handling of this specifically, they have just taken one wrong turn after the next. And with the long-lasting appeal that the animated show does have, and the track record of that first season, I would think that just this whole thing, period, they would approach a lot more, what's the word?
Gracefully,
yeah, maybe that's the word, or just, again, kind of like what we were talking about with Disney. It's like, if it ain't woke, or ain't broke.
If it ain't woke, don't fix it.
If it ain't woke, don't fix it. So I'm trying to say, no, I looked down and the Veltal caught me off guard. Sorry, Omega.
Yeah. By the way, is anybody else, the StreamYard's not playing sounds for me when people come into the back room. I don't know what's going on with that. I have it turned on. It's not working, though.
That was your fault. I figured you was waiting for the topic or something to finish.
Okay, Chris, I appreciate that comment. He said it's Jake's favorite topic. How the fuck do you think he feels?
By the way, I've already seen people that watched the leaks and are like, they made Avatar woke. And I'm like, have you even watched a single episode of Avatar?
Did you watch the animated show?
Avatar might actually be one of the wokest shows you can watch. Like, from episode 1. Like, it's ridiculous.
Media literacy is at all time low.
Media literacy is dead.
Yeah.
Cody says Paramount's Thursday morning, really curious if anyone shows up. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be asked about that for sure. It's going to be a discussion on there.
Yeah, exactly. And then the last part of that whole thing of Luke Skywalker being queer-osexual, what's wrong with all that? No, still.
Did you have a thought on that? Any thoughts on
that?
Not
really. I don't care, man. If he's gay, cool. If he's not gay, that's cool too. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I just want good Star Wars.
I don't believe people were asking that question in 1977.
No one fucking cares.
Nope.
All right, so let's talk about...
They just got a good story, and the internet wasn't around to tell them, hey, you should ask all these fucking questions.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the quotes from Michael O'Leary from CinemaCon about this merger. We'll get this out of the way, and then we can jump into all the fun stuff. Michael O'Leary, these are the big quotes. He says, "We believe this transaction will be harmful to exhibition, consumers, and the entire entertainment ecosystem. Unfortunately, history shows us that consolidation results in fewer films being produced from movie theaters, further concentrating marketplace power in the hands of smaller groups of distributors and that dictate and terms windows, scheduling, screen placement of movies, and access to historic film catalogs will have real and lasting impact on Main Street and millions of movie fans around the world." And the last part here is, after 6+ years of theories about experiments devoted to proving that theatrical's days have passed, there are a growing recognition of something we've always known. Theatrical exhibition is the foundation upon the entire entertainment industry rests, and it will never change. And that's what he said. So he's planting his flag down that he does not approve of this merger. And he's actually said that he doesn't want any purchase of Warner Brothers. He believes Warner Brothers should stay its own company. It shouldn't be a part of anybody else.
Agreed.
Yeah, because they need to get more stuff.
I mean, like, look at today. Like, they had an entire slate to show off without being merged with any other company. Like, they have such a huge, like, they plan to they said they're putting out, like, 18 films next year. That's without Paramount.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, they don't need it. They don't need Paramount.
Yeah, Paramount already has their own quota of films that they're not going to be able to reach.
Well, I want to point out, somebody posted this here. The company that claims they're going to put out 30 movies a year can't even put out like 20. This is Paramount. This is their schedule right now. This is the rest of the year for them. They're still under 15 movies for the whole year. But they want to put out 30 movies.
And one of these isn't even a theatrical.
That's weird. Why are they doing Angry Birds 3? Sony did the first two. Like, how did Paramount get their mitts on that?
Well, I don't know, but I also don't understand why you would take The Last Airbender out of your theatrical schedule when you don't have that many movies coming out anyway.
Exactly.
It's one of the strongest categories in here.
Yeah, and that's
easily.
the Avatar movies. That's the only time you've been interested in. Well, maybe the Street Fighter movie, but everything else, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't think they
enough,
want it up against Street Fighter, but the problem is this is the trouble they're going to run into when they buy Warner Brothers. Is everything is going to overlap with everything.
Yeah, they're going to compete with each other.
oddly enough, as terrible as the movie looks, Scary Movie is tracking really well.
I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to do well.
Yeah, it's not my I was just never into the scary movies.
I mean,
like I said, it's going to determine whether or not people want that type of humor anymore. If we're going to get like any more of the Wade and Brothers stuff, you know what I mean?
Well, a number of that stuff, if it even does get money, it'll just be people hate watching it.
Yeah. Avatar also had a relatively smaller budget. Like, it wasn't some huge, massively big movies. And I don't know. This might be just me being out of touch, and I apologize if it is. I know Avatar is more my generation than Street Fighter. I feel like Avatar is maybe more relevant than Street Fighter. I know Street Fighter obviously has a huge audience, but how many people nowadays still are associated with Street Fighter? I feel like I don't know. I feel like younger generations at least don't have that attachment.
I think they think Street Fighter is going to do really good internationally, is what I think.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But also Avatar would have too.
Yeah, but I think if we're talking about specifically China and Japan,
Sure.
I think Street Fighter is going to do better, personally. Unless it's really bad. Unless it's really bad. If it's really bad, then it doesn't really matter, you know?
I'm just salty, I guess. I apologize.
Yeah. No, I get it.
By the way, I had to double check this because I was positive the first three Fokker movies were through Universal. Apparently, the fourth one is as well. Paramount. It looks like got the international distribution rights.
Oh my God! So it's not even a domestic movie for them.
Yeah, here in the U.S., that's being distributed by Universal.
So it's even less movies they're putting out. So here's the thing. This is my issue. How can you commit to 30 when you're not even doing 15 by yourself?
Now I got to check Angry Birds. I got to check Angry Birds 3 now.
Fucking broke.
Someone needs to give these guys a calculator when they make these damn decisions.
Angry Birds is so funny. Angry Birds is going against Avengers Doomsday.
Okay, they're legitimate.
Dune and Jumanji.
So what, Darren? You're saying we're going to get Angry Day?
Maybe.
Angry Doomsday.
Yeah,
they
wow.
are distributing Angry Birds 3 in the U.S.
Am I going to see Doomsday, Doom 3, or Angry Birds?
I don't know, Omega. That sounds like a tough decision. You might have to think about that.
I know, right? Jeez.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump over to some of the big stuff that happened at CinemaCon. I feel like we've done enough here. Enough damage. So our first look at the Master of the Universe merch coming to theaters.
Woo, let's go to our bucket.
We got Castle Grayskull here.
I want all of these.
Which is really cool looking.
I feel you, Omega.
That sword's really cool.
Let me get to the sword. Hold on, here we go.
Oh, you see the Mortal Kombat logo up there?
There's the drink cup. I think it's a little weird that He-Man is on both parts of this. I feel like they could have put
a double toy.
Yeah, they could put another character on here, I feel like. Then we have the actual Skeletor cup, which I prefer this over the He-Man cup, to be honest.
Yeah.
I like this one
It's
more.
Jared Leto.
Shut up. Don't remind me.
And then we have the actual sword, which what is this? Because I can see there's a point in the middle where you can take it apart.
Is it popcorn? Can you put popcorn in the sword?
I don't know.
What?
Or
Is
a
it
drink?
is it for drinking out of it?
That'd be so
What do
funny.
you like? Yes,
You
I don't know.
spill
That's
it all over
weird.
yourself.
All
They start
right.
swinging around and start spilling stuff everywhere.
Or I don't know. Maybe is it for somebody to go in the theater whenever you're moving through a crowd? Somebody's gonna go, "Hey, he poked me with his sword." All right.
I want all of these.
So
Yeah,
can
no,
I share
they're
something
all-
really quickly that's kind
Yeah,
of
go ahead.
relevant to this? All right, I showed my screen. I talked about this the other day, but my dad works at Denny's and he's known about this for a while. They're doing a whole Masters of the Universe
Yeah.
meal thing up there. So
I'm totally stealing one of those menus. I just gotta find a Denny's. There's no Denny's near me.
oh
Yeah,
wow,
I'm sure they get the promotions like maybe a month ahead of time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just so they can start the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Lone Wolf says that they saw a clip of how to use it. Okay, well, I'm not sure what it is. So
The fact that someone had to make a how-to on how to use it.
yeah. Cody here with a $5 super chat says, so the castle is a 3-in-1 popcorn, drink, and candy. It's a 44-ounce bottle.
God damn.
Probably $200.
You're gonna need to piss like 30 minutes into the movie.
Do we
Yeah, that's pretty
think?
crazy.
Do we think this is a financially successful movie? Like, do we think this makes its money back?
I have seen some of the people taking pictures of some of the promotional cardboard cutouts and stuff like that. This looks like a He-Man movie that if you are a fan of He-Man, you're going to really enjoy it. I think the tough part for them is getting people to go see the movie that aren't already
Yeah.
fans of He-Man. I think that's going to be the tough part, personally.
I'm gonna say it like, I think this might be the best June, like in terms of marketing, the best marketed June movie we have so far. Like, I think this is being
Yeah.
marketed maybe slightly better than Supergirl, a lot better than Toy Story. Like Toy Story's I barely have seen anything, which is strange. I don't know why they're not pushing that more.
They don't need to.
That's true.
It's the number one most anticipated movie
It
of the
is.
year. They did polls.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's going to make a lot of money, but you still need to push it a little bit.
I hope so.
While we're talking about this, guys, this is going to be the last push for the poll. So if you have not voted, please vote on this. 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the one you want, and we are going to look at the results after this segment where we talk about Master of the Universe. So please get your votes in now. You can vote from any channel, which is why I like these polls. It doesn't matter which one you're on, you can vote. All right, so this is a cover, but it's a moving cover for Entertainment Weekly.
Can
ahead.
I real
Yeah.
quick chime in on how it does?
Yeah.
I don't care. I just want it to be good. Like I really don't.
Same.
Good. It could flop at the box office. I don't care as long as it's good. I mean, all we do is sit around going, not us, but the internet in general. Money, 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 and that's not our money. And I think people are so like, well, if it doesn't do well, you're not going to get another. Why are we so busy thinking about the next thing? Let's focus on this thing. We have this. We have this. They cannot take this away from us. It's here. It exists. We'll own the Blu-ray. If they never make another one, as long as this is good, we won.
I was
We
thinking,
come out
I was
ahead.
thinking the same thing. I was thinking the exact same thing. Kind of like, even if it turns out like The Fifth Element, where it bombed at the box office, but the DVD sales were freaking amazing. If it turns out like that, hey, I'm cool.
Right. And have you spent the last 25 years going, man, it's a shame we didn't get 5 Fifth Element movies? No, one was enough. It was great. We got it. It was great. We love it. I never clamored for a sequel.
All right. So,
I don't know about great, but
I love Fifth Element.
Yeah, me too.
But anyways, let's see this motion cover here, which has, I think, several characters in it. Let's watch. Ooh.
Veronica?
That was really cool.
Okay, I know it's not
Veronica
AI, but it looks like it's AI.
It does look a little like AI. Yes, I agree with
Yeah,
that.
because AI always have that weird motion to it. That kind of
I actually think that it's a combination of two different things sort of coming together. Like AI is starting to look more like regular stuff, and regular stuff is starting to gravitate more towards the look of AI because that's what people are seeing the most. So we're getting a weird combination of the both. But look, I actually think the bubble for that is bursting anyway, so I'm not too concerned about it. But I will say that this promotion, like you were saying, Darren, I feel like they are doing. If this movie doesn't perform well, it's not because of the marketing.
No.
If this movie doesn't do well, like if people don't like it, like if it's not a good movie, people
doing their
don't like the
job.
story, they don't like the character, doesn't do well at the box office. If it fails on multiple, outlets or whatever, I think that the promotional team is doing their job.
Yeah, they'll still end up getting a lot of people in seats.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what you guys voted on over here. We're going to stop it. And we are at 60%. That's a huge majority of people that want best superhero team up. So
Aaron's going to be like every Arrowverse crossover.
I could.
you guys voted on it, so there we go.
Some Ben 10 ones
Yeah,
I
but
could do too.
I was muted the whole time. I was trying to say something.
Oh, okay, go
I'm
ahead.
just saying, like, when it comes to marketing for this, I think they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because especially if they got a cover of Entertainment Weekly, and it's moving like that. Yeah, they're putting some money behind the marketing on that. So who knows? I think it's going to be good.
All right, so we're going to take a look now at Godzilla Minus Zero. There's a trailer for it, a teaser trailer that I have not seen yet. I've seen a picture from this, but no full-on trailer. So we're going to watch this together. And chat, I'm going to be putting up a poll in just a minute for all of our discussions on CinemaCon. So make sure you keep in mind what's your favorite piece of advertising that's come out of the last 2 days. Let's go ahead and watch this. This shot here is the one I've been seeing.
Sup, America?
All right.
November.
What do we think about this?
America.
I love that right here you're not sure about the size difference, and then you get to step into frame and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
Godzilla is a lot bigger than the Statue of Liberty. General thought. Well, first of all, was anybody a fan of the first one of this new little journey of Godzilla Minus One?
That was a masterpiece.
Brilliant.
That first movie
That
was
was
incredible.
Yeah, that was a brilliant movie.
It's one of the best Godzilla movies ever made, I think.
Wow, we all agreed.
Yeah, I don't have any rebuttals on that. So what are our expectations for this? Is it possible this could live up to that first movie? Because I believe it is the same team behind it. So
Okay, yeah, probably just more. If it's more the same, hey, cool. Just more the same, but in America, cool.
Yeah, just let these guys cook and make an incredible story.
Like cooking with gasoline.
I think like what I think made the first one so good is like it was a Godzilla movie, or I guess it was more of this like the story about like humanity via these people disguised as a Godzilla movie. Like it was good, but Godzilla wasn't necessarily the reason it was so good. It was good because they created this incredible storyline with the human characters, and like Godzilla just happens to be in the mix of it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
They bucked the trend of a Godzilla movie. Most of the time with a Godzilla movie, you're like, get these humans off the screen.
Yeah.
We want to see monsters battling. This time we actually cared about the humans.
yeah,
yeah.
Godzilla's like the cause of all this drama and
yeah.
in conflict and everything. But
All right.
actually, I was thinking, what was the one Godzilla movie before Minus One? I think it was directed by the guy who did Evangelion.
King of
Shin
Monsters.
Godzilla.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla. That one was fucking amazing.
All right, so-
Yeah, that was
On a bit of a hot take.
That was not a hot take. I just really liked that movie.
No, I'm saying I've got one.
Oh.
Like, I like a handful of those Godzilla movies. I do, but like out of all of those monster ones, I'm gonna say my favorite's honestly Kong Skull Island.
Me too.
Really?
Okay, cool.
did not-
Unless you count Monarch. I think
Yeah.
Monarch kind of walks all over the movies, to be honest with you.
Fair.
All right, we got another trailer to watch here. This is the Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping. We got any Hunger Game fans in the panel, in the chat?
Nah, I'm
Hello,
not
buddy.
In the
used to
chat, let
Hunger
Hunger
This
Games,
is a
so.
good one.
Okay, so here we go. Let's watch this trailer. As always with these trailers, I didn't mention it before Godzilla, there's a possibility that they are missing from the stream if they get hit by the algorithm gods. So if they're gone, just go watch them and then come back here. You'll hear us talk about them. I hate to send people away to look at trailers, but it's just the game that we play here, unless you're Jake, who gets away with it all the time on his channel. So
Hey,
He's like, bullshit.
I mean, don't expose my secrets.
here you go.
Say that.
Yeah. By the way, Phil has jumped into the chat. What's up,
Hey.
Phil?
Hey
Good to have
guys,
you
how's it
here.
going?
Good. We're just watching some trailers. I don't know if you'd seen the Hunger Games trailer, if you even give a fuck about Hunger Games, but
I
so we
have
just
all the
watched it.
books. Well, I've got the first 3 books by Suzanne Collins, and I know that this is the second quarter quo with Haymitch.
Mhm.
I'm well aware of the story. I've seen the trailer too. It looks much better than Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes. That movie wasn't that great. This one looks a lot more fun though.
So as somebody who's only read one Hunger Games book and seen 2 films, I'm not sure what a lot of the plot context is or what I'm looking at, but I mean that trailer looked pretty good.
It's a great.
Lone Wolf needs a quick refresher. Is this one a sequel or a prequel?
Prequel. So this is 25 years before the Katniss, the first Katniss game.
Okay, yeah, I was confused. I was like, wait a minute, didn't in the last few movies they actually put it into all this stuff? And now this seems like they ramped it up. I was like, oh, it's the
So-
before.
Yeah.
I get
So
it.
the
If you know
Katniss,
Haymitch, if you know Woody Harrelson's character from those movies, this is his games basically.
yeah, because he was like a mentor to Katniss, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And her story is done, right? Like they're not doing anything else with that. I mean, I'm assuming since I don't think they're going to bring Jennifer Lawrence back to those movies.
She's in this one.
I don't want to spoil it.
I'm assuming it's a framing device. Hey, remember when? Flashback. I don't know.
I don't want to spoil the book, but
Right.
So
yeah.
So do I need to catch up on the books and the movies?
I mean, I don't think you have to. But there may be a scene or two.
That's
where-
always a dangerous question to
Yeah.
ask.
you don't have to do it, but
I've heard there's an epilogue in the movie. Is what I'll say.
Are the last 2 main movies, the 2 Mockingjay movies, are they good? Are they worth the time?
Oh yeah.
I love.
I like them.
But I know most people consider them the weaker ones because they're mostly about wrapping up the story. It's about how they conclude the main storyline. It's a lot of politics. It's a lot of taking down the government stuff.
The only one I didn't like was Songbirds and Snakes, and I think that was mostly pacing. It's a really slow movie.
I get. I do love Songbirds and Snakes though. I had a blast with that one. But I get it. It's a very different kind of Hunger Games movie.
Out of the 2 I've seen, I remember liking the first one. Granted, I haven't seen the movies in probably 15 years or however long it's been since they've been out. But I remember liking the first one and not being too crazy about the second one. But
That's crazy because that's people's favorite. Is the second.
really,
Yeah.
all right.
Which is fine. I'm not trying to dismiss that. I just
Again, you're talking about a 15-year-old viewing experience.
Sure.
I haven't seen the movie
Fair.
in so long.
Fair.
right. All right, we got some super chats here. Staggervorth, the 499 super chat says, looking at some of my favorite people on screen right now, the Nerdcast and Stephen Colbert. So, all right, well, I mean, I'll take the combo.
But we'll still be here in 2 months.
Yeah. Well, they're
Oh,
apparently
that was mean.
They're replacing him with a comedian show or something.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's giving CW, you know how CW tried to fill in everything with whose line is it anyway. That's what this feels like. They're just
Don't remind
anything
me.
that's cheap and easy for them to do.
Apparently, well, I hate to give them credit for anything, but apparently financially it's a good move because they're being paid to put it on.
That's the same
Byron
thing
Allen's
CW
renting
did.
yeah.
CW did similar stuff. It went through sports things. It went through deals with different companies. They had I think at one point they were doing an hour-long infomercial. They were getting paid to play it as a TV show or something. It was pretty crazy. Columbia Rican with a $5 super chat. Good to see you, Columbia Rican. Damn, someone tell Godzilla that Orange Man no longer lives in New York City. Can find him in either Washington, D.C. or Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
curious of
Yeah,
what
man,
Godzilla's...
leave the Plaza Hotel alone.
I'm wondering what Godzilla's going to do to the USA when he gets there, because it looks like he's not happy about something.
Right.
Yeah.
Darren, don't.
Because whenever we make movies, other countries get beat the fuck out. Like, they're destroyed. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do the same thing to the United States in the Godzilla movie. So it's going to be kind
All
of
I'll say is it took me many years to wonder why Home Alone 2 had such a low Rotten Tomato score.
all right, so we're going to talk about some of the... go ahead.
And then he looked up who owned the hotel the movie took place in.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to look at some Sony stuff here, which is also, oddly enough, Marvel stuff as well. So we got some new posters for Spider-Man Brand New Day. First off, we have a face shot of a lot of detail here with MJ in the reflection, and a good look at the new suit here. I like the shot. It's nostalgic to me. It's very like Raimi inspired.
Influence. Yep.
Yeah. So I enjoy that part. But then we got this cool poster here, which is the hand attacking him while he's up in the air. And it's got a visual blur to it, which I really like. Again, we don't know what else is going on in the shot. Remember, we looked at the teaser and it looks like there's like missing people in the shot.
Yeah, because, and again, that's just speculation, but you see the hand on one side of the screen, you see him in the center of another side, and there's so much open space around him.
So I want to read the description because there was a teaser at CinemaCon. So I'm going to read the description of the teaser over here. So Peter spots Ned at a bodega buying too many kegs of green Jackal beer. He follows Ned to an apartment party where no one recognizes Peter. Inside Ned's room, Peter finds his Chewbacca Lego and a research wall tracking Spider-Man. Headlines reference a parkour prodigy and skyscraper squatter arrested for the 8th time. Ned explains he created a spider tracker app and believes Spider-Man is either Flash or Mr. Harrington. Zendaya's MJ... Go ahead.
I was just going to say that just has the worst moral implications if MJ remembers being Spider-Man's girlfriend.
Yeah. I have something... I'm probably going to make a lot of people upset. I have a couple things I want to say about this that it's going to spiral again, probably. Zendaya's MJ arrives delivering her friendly neighbor line from the trailer. MJ now has a new boyfriend played by Eamon F. Fondi. I don't know who that is. And Peter watches them kiss. This is very much like a storyline from the comics.
Yeah. They're
Ahsoka,
speculating
right?
Peter must suffer.
They're speculating that dude's Paul.
Yep.
MJ reveals she turned down a job offer from what she calls a soulless corporation.
Daily Bugle.
All right. I'm
That's
excited
funny.
about the promotional cycle for this movie. Of course, I'm looking forward to it. However, we got to go back to the thing that's going to bug me, and I'm just going to mention it. We don't need to fight about it, but a couple things here. Did the spell, here we go, did the spell just erase their memory of Peter being Spider-Man, or did it rewrite reality? Like, did it change the history of these characters as well, or just their knowledge of Peter being Spider-Man? And I'm asking that question because if Ned is doing all this stuff now, when they went back to their houses or their lives or whatever after the spell happened, did they just forget all of it? Did they have another... Is their history different? Like, I don't totally understand why the spell could do this, but they couldn't do this spell to bring back people who were snapped. You know what I mean? Like, if you could just make people forget that Thanos existed, then that should return everybody back that snapped if you can rewrite reality like this.
They couldn't do that spell then because Strange was dead.
I'm just saying in
was
general, like hypothetically. Hypothetically speaking, the spell you could fix anything this way. Right? That's why it's a forbidden spell. That's why they weren't supposed to use it at all. Like, this is why, like, Doctor Strange was like, we can't do this. That's why Wong didn't want them to do it. It's a forbidden spell. Did it actually rewrite reality? Because at this point, that's what I'm questioning.
I always read it as more of like a memory spell. Like, all those things still happen. It's just kind of blurry for everyone.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I think they remember working with Spider-Man, but they can't like see who Spider-Man
Okay.
is.
Yeah, because you kind of got that indication with Happy and Peter at the end of No Way Home.
Can I take this to a dark place now? Can we go to a dark place?
All right.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Wouldn't be Spider-Man without that.
Peter and MJ were together, and now she doesn't remember being with him. Do you understand the implications of what has been done? Any intimate stuff they did together now was done, and it's been wiped from her mind. They were dating. They were together.
Yeah.
So it's like a roofie magic spell. It's just not cool, right?
I don't know about that.
I think you're looking a little too deep into it.
That's what I said. Like that's the spiral that I'm going down here a little bit, right? The only reason why is because if this spell erases their memories only, right? Like Darren was saying, that it would bring into question how many people are now unaware of things that Peter might have done. Not even talk about MJ and that. We won't even go that far. They're just aware. He's basically erased all these interactions with people that may or may not have confided in him or told him something. He knows all these things. The spell happened if it's just a memory spell. That would be a problem for me because I feel like that leads more into like he's misled people in a way that could be harmful to them and any relationship they could have moving forward. If it rewrites reality, meaning that those things didn't actually happen and that things were different for those people, like because they'd have to have a different memory. Otherwise, they'd have a bunch of gaps, right? Like I feel like they'd have to have completely different lives, or there would be a lot of missing information. Then they'd sit down and say, like, what happened when you went overseas? I don't remember any of that.
Well,
like it's just that's how I would feel about it.
Well, at the end of No Way Home, she's got the Band-Aid on her head.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's like, "How did you get that?" And she says, "Oh, I hit my head on something. I don't really remember." So it kind of falls into the category of possibly rewriting history, but only in the sense of like everything pertinent to Spider-Man.
Right.
But I would also like to point out that whether you love or hate the fucking movies, it doesn't matter. Michael Keaton wasn't in the same universe when this happened.
True.
So if anyone came back in this universe when everything was all said and done, there's a chance he might know.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I my only wish is that it's okay. So this is what I think. I'm going to give 2 points here. Point one, I don't think they're going to explain it in too much detail because of how complicated it is. I think it's easier for them to just say it's magic and we don't have to explain it.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the safest thing to do. If they do explain it in detail, they're going to have to dive into the fact that Peter made a selfish decision and now he has to explain it to everybody else if he tells them the truth. Like if Peter decides to tell them the truth, then they have to explain it because otherwise it seems completely insignificant if nothing's different. Like think about this. If he tells you, "Oh, I just made you forget about me," then they're going to be upset with them. They're going to be mad. Even if he explains why, they're going to be mad at him, and then they don't know him well enough to forgive him for it. So I don't think there's any way for him to tell him that without it being a problem. Because think about this. Some random guy that you know, just as an acquaintance, comes up and goes, "Hey, we used to be best friends, but I changed reality and now you don't remember like 5 years of our lives together." You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't remember that, so you wouldn't forgive that person for that. So I think it's just cleaner for them to just not even acknowledge it with these people.
I don't know if I can agree with you that it was a selfish decision though, because he did it to literally save the universe. Like
Afterwards. The original thing was he wanted to do it before that happened.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't even thinking about himself then. He wanted to get them a chance at getting into school free of their burden of him.
But he wanted to do it. I would say this: if I were going to do something that you didn't know about because I thought it was the best thing for you, but then me doing it also means that you're unaware of anything that I'm doing behind your back, that comes off a bit selfish.
I'm not saying he went about it the right way, but the core of his motivation I don't think was selfish.
But that's not what he was trying to do, though. He was trying to make the general public forget, but he even told Doctor Strange, these people need to remember. But then the spell went wrong. And it was only at the end when the universe was at stake that he made the decision, I got to make everybody forget to save the world.
But it is a manipulatory spell. Like it's a spell that does do things without people's consent.
Yeah.
True.
Sure, but I'd also say that's kind of the point of the movie, is that like
absolutely,
he
100%.
learns that was a bad thing to do, and he corrects it.
100%.
doing the
Yeah.
spell at the end. And then, like, I kind of think what you're talking about is a plot point. Like, I think a plot point of this movie is that, like, MJ especially, is going to feel empty. Like, I think she's going to feel like there's an element of her life that's missing.
Yeah.
And that comes with the conundrum of the arc a little bit. Because he doesn't tell them, because that's leading into his, like, responsibility thing. Like, he wants to tell them who he is and what he's done, but he knows that will either put their lives in danger or mess up the life they had up until this point. And I think we'll learn maybe it would have been the best option to begin with, just to tell them what happened.
So let me give you guys my general thoughts, and then everybody can kind of say their stuff about it, and then we'll move on to the next topic. But I think because of, and Cody brings it up here, the spell going away with Battle World, I think because of the actual... Yeah, exactly. We don't know that for sure. But I think actually what Marvel probably wants to do is they want Spider-Man to change with whatever changes they decide to make moving forward with the MCU, whether we get a reset or we don't get a reset. They want him to build new relationships that don't directly connect him with the old guard. And I think this movie is doing that. They want that sort of cleaner separation of Spider-Man from everything else, just so he doesn't have to rely so heavily on Tony Stark and the Avengers. They want him to feel like an individual superhero that doesn't have to be on a team. And if you think about it, Spider-Man in the comics is one of the few characters where, just like with Batman, where they have a world that is big enough that they don't have to be on a team with other people to have a great story. Like, they have a lot of stories that are individually their own stories, and it's gone on for decades and decades and decades. I think that's what they want. And I think they're going to move away. Like, hot take for me, I don't think he's going to repair those relationships. I don't think that's what the point of it is. I think the movie is accepting what he's done and moving on with his life, never repairing those relationships with these people. He has to build new relationships with them because of what happened. I think that's what we're going to see. That's my personal opinion. I
mean, there is the rumor that Gwen Stacy and Harry may or may not be in this movie, played by different actors. I could see that being a possibility, but I don't know. You don't cast Zendaya to play Mary Jane and have him move on from that in one movie after she's already been in the other three. I mean, you could. I'm not saying it's totally impossible. I'm just saying, the level of actress that she is, I don't see her being like, okay, I'm done now.
Yeah.
You don't
especially
see her since they're tying the knot in real life.
Yeah, you don't see her as somebody that's going to play second fiddle.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But
even if they go a separate direction for a minute, even if they do a Felicia or something, I think MJ and Peter will be Endgame at the end of their journey. I don't see a world where they go with another love interest besides MJ.
Okay.
Full time.
Fair enough. All right, we got some super chats here. Where's it at here? Where do we start? Oh wait, no. Here's the first one. Yeah. $5 super chat from Columbia Rican. Thank you for the super chat. Are the Chuds going to complain on all the movies we have seen trailers for? I can see the Chuds going after Godzilla since he's from Japan. I haven't seen any of them talk about Godzilla at all. They've pretty much been hyper-focused on Millie Alcock and James Gunn, really, at the moment.
So the first 5 words of that already answers the question. Are the Chuds going to complain? Yes.
That's their job. Yeah, so, they literally get paid for it.
Yep. Well, yeah, the Chuds are going to complain about it because he's going to, instead of tearing stuff up in Japan, he's coming to America and tearing stuff up here. That's just anti-American.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Those
people are weird.
You're muted.
Omega, you're muted, man.
You seem very passionate saying absolutely nothing.
He was doing this number. I'm like,
I'm saying you just know someone's going to make that argument. You just know.
Yeah. Probably more than one person.
Cartoon 49, good to see you in the chat. $2 super chat. Hey. Have you seen Amanda the Jedi, a great YouTube film channel? I have not. Is anybody familiar with Amanda the Jedi?
Nope.
Never heard.
Let me go ahead. I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm not going to look at it now, but I will subscribe to her channel and check it out after this.
Eric opens a new tab and you just get the malware infection.
I know, exactly. It's like Amanda the Jedi. Oh, wow. 668,000 subscribers. I've never heard of this channel.
It's the first time I'm hearing it.
Yeah, all right. I'm going to sub her.
I've seen them before. I've seen their face.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, here I am getting ready to join a freaking Star Wars TTRPG.
Oh my god.
I tried one of those a long time ago, but didn't really have a great DM.
Oh, that can always ruin.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so we got another super chat here from
Need a
Cartoon.
haircut.
49 $2 super chat. Oh, this would be fun for all the film people. Favorite Martin Scorsese films? Anybody have a couple they want to shout out?
The Departed and Wolf of Wall Street.
Ooh, The Departed.
Go.
That's a good one.
I could be funny and say Shark Tales.
I'm trying to remember.
The Color of Money is one of my favorite ones. I know it's underrated, but I love The Color of Money.
Hugo is so underrated.
I'm not a big drama guy. I'm a total nerd and just watch either action or sci-fi or fantasy movies. So I'm trying to go down and see exactly what.
Goodfellas, Raging Bull, Shining a Light.
That's right. He did do Raging Bull. and
I will
Raging
say-
Bull Minus One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would also
Shining
say
a
Shutter
Light's one.
Island, right?
Shutter Island's a good
Yeah.
one.
Is he in
Yeah.
there? Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Taxi Driver. That's unforgettable.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wolf of
Yeah.
Wall Street's the only one I even remotely.
Wolf of Wall Street. I would argue
Taxi driver
either-
drove so Joker could tap dance. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say that either. I would probably say either Wolf of Wall Street or Departed is arguably his best movie, but that's just me.
Departed's a great one.
Okay.
Has everyone on the panel seen Hugo?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Wow,
I haven't seen
I
it.
liked it.
that's a film lovers movie because it's a movie about the love of film. Quite frankly, so,
Yeah.
love that movie.
Anybody on the panel seen Shining a Light?
No.
Can't say I have now.
It was a documentary Scorsese did on the Rolling Stones.
Mm.
was
One of his
about?
more
Obscure?
creative films. Yeah, it's obscure, but again, you're talking to a film guy, so
True.
Killers of the Flower Moon was also pretty good.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's long,
Yeah.
but it's good.
Yeah.
yeah.
Why would
Columbia
the-
Rican. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to answer the question.
Yeah.
Sorry, you read it off first. Go ahead and read it off.
Yeah, no, I was saying, speaking of Star Wars, I'm surprised the Chuds didn't go after Maul, or if they did, I haven't been paying attention. I haven't seen anything about Maul from them, but I'm enjoying the series, so.
Well, it's
I don't-
about a white guy.
Or a
Well-
red guy.
It's about a red guy who's evil, so
Actor,
of course
yeah.
they're not going to bitch about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm actually shocked they haven't been like, well, the the Jedi's a freaking whatever they call it, where like they're powerful at the start of their journey.
Yeah.
But I think
Like, girl doesn't have big enough tits.
A Gary Sue? A Gary Sue?
yeah, like
Gary
a
Stu
guy,
character,
a guy boss,
yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Gary Stu.
Yeah, Gary Stu, whatever that is.
I was about to say, you're mixing up the names.
Hey, look, I don't think it matters. It's all bullshit anyway.
Maul's great, though.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got some pictures from the next Beyond the Spider-Verse film here.
Ooh.
Here we
Taj
go.
isn't here.
Yeah. Dude, that made me laugh.
Wait, Taj doesn't like this movie?
No, he
No.
just looked at one of them and had very distinct thoughts on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Pretty funny.
Here we got the.
That's
These
the
are.
photo.
That's the
I was
photo.
gonna say, I assume these are characters from the alternate world.
I think it's a flashback.
It's really cool. Oh, you think it's a flashback with his dad?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
his dad and
Yeah.
his brother look younger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
totally.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe it was like these characters from another world that looked
That's
like
what I
them.
thought,
But you're
yeah.
right. It's probably a flashback.
Certainly a possible. Certainly
Yeah.
a possibility.
This shot looks great right here.
I honestly think that's a single frame. Like, I don't think Miguel's suit is going to be like, black and white throughout the movie, but it is interesting that he has Venom-looking colors in this frame. And if anything, the way that his
Spider-Punk.
the way his spider is, plus those colors, kind of made me think of Agent Venom.
Well, also, like, look at Miles' suit in that frame. It's blue. Of course,
Yeah.
it's a still shot. It's absolutely a still shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those like the lights are flashing around, and so we're getting
Yep.
like different colors
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
But
Great
but they
look.
knew what they were doing when they released this. They knew what they were
Yeah.
doing when they
Right.
put this out.
Oh, 100%.
I thought of that moment in X-Men 97 when Wolverine and Nightcrawler are taking that Prime Sentinel through the teleport. I thought of that when I saw this. It's that same sort of thing.
Any fans of Insidious in the chat or no?
Oh yeah,
Listen,
Never seen him.
There's a trailer from CinemaCon for Insidious. So
I hear whatever they did on stage was amazing. They did some kind of thing with people spelling out the name of the movie.
I bowed out after 2.
Okay.
Never
Well,
seen
we're gonna
any
watch
of
the trailer as usual. This could be gone after the stream, so I do apologize. But let's go ahead. See this one?
Look, who directed this one? That looks really good.
I think James Wan, right?
Jacob Chase.
Jacob Chase.
Oh,
Listen, if I'm going to take a shit, I would rather it be in my toilet and not in the middle of the movie theater.
Yeah, for real.
You know, I'm not big into horror, but this is. I like body horror type stuff, and this shit is creepy as hell.
This has been a pretty strong franchise, except for Part 4. Part 4 was kind of garbage, but
Oh, there's more of these?
So you're a fan, Joe. You like this?
oh
franchise?
yeah. The first 3 are fantastic, and the last one was directed by P. Willie. The only that's how they got him to come back, is they're like, you could direct the damn thing.
Because I like
People that
Hellraiser.
like-
This is giving me Hellraiser vibes.
for people that like this genre, it looks great. Just not for me.
Okay.
I mean,
All right, so
there are different types of horror that I like, but like horror has
Yeah.
so many different branches. This just
I like
it's for me.
more of the like thriller vibes than anything. Like
Yeah,
I like
like-
Scream and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Or like the unsettling ones.
James Wan directed the first 2, and in my opinion, if James Wan directed a horror movie, it's probably pretty good. Like most of the stuff he's done is really solid. Malignant's great.
Yeah.
And the first couple Conjurings.
My favorite horror movie, Aquaman.
What?
He tried to do a horror movie spin-off of Aquaman called
with the Trench.
Yeah, shame it got next.
It's funny.
because it
That's a
probably
great
would've been good.
segue into our next topic. We're going to talk about all the DC stuff now.
He
So a
wanted
bunch of
Black
that to
Manta
talk
to be the
about.
main character of that movie too.
I'm wearing an appropriate T-shirt.
Black Manta would have been great in that movie, honestly.
Yeah,
know,
he
right?
was the saving grace of both those movies.
True. That's true. Okay, so Man of Tomorrow at CinemaCon. David Cornsweet, Nicholas Hoult, and writer-director James Gunn appear on video to tease a new villain and an unlikely alliance. We already know what the unlikely alliance is, and we already know Brainiac is a new villain. So that was one of the teases they got, which sparked a lot of controversy about James Gunn not physically being there.
Yeah, because he's
Like-
prepping for Man of Tomorrow.
Right.
Which is why David Cornsweet and Nicholas Hoult weren't there as well. So, but Peter Safran was there. But everyone's saying, oh, well, James Gunn wasn't there. And I said, well, wait a minute. You people complain that he's involved with everything. So when he decides not to be somewhere, all of a sudden now you're like, where's James Gunn?
Also, James Gunn doesn't have a movie coming out this year. Other
No.
directors do. Like he didn't direct Supergirl. He didn't direct Clayface.
Nope. People still want to
dude.
blame that on him, though. People
That's
still
true.
want to say Supergirl looks like him when he didn't write it or direct it.
Don't you know the rule? Whatever James Gunn does is wrong.
That's true.
In his own movies. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. We got a casting, though. I thought this was interesting. So, Adria Arjona to play Maxima.
That's
Superman
not
sequel.
confirmed.
Not confirmed.
That is not confirmed that she's
So, it's,
playing
why is
Maxima.
Variety reporting it? That's so
So
weird.
Variety and Deadline have both reported that she's playing Maxima. THR has reported that they do not know what the role is. James Gunn has yet to confirm or deny if she's even in the movie and gotten the role, B, if she's playing
Yeah.
Maxima or
I
somebody
will
else.
say, if this is correct, I like this casting. Like,
Didn't he actually come out and say that she is not? Like I thought, like somebody put that casting out and he came out and said this is not
I
true.
think.
No,
I
so-
think that. Yeah, go ahead, Phil. Sorry.
THR put out a story about 3 people allegedly in the running for the Maxima role. He debunked that article. And then the Hollywood Reporter then revised that story to her, Adria Arjona, being the front runner, on top of Sydney Chandler and 2 other actresses also allegedly in the running for Maxima, and he didn't say shit about it. So now THR was the first one to break the story about Adria Arjona getting the role in the movie, but they could not confirm if she was playing Maxima or not, and Variety and Deadline took it upon themselves to say, yes, she's playing Maxima. So, as far as I'm concerned, this is nothing but a game of telephone between the 3 big trades who have proven in the last year that they've gotten shit wrong about DC, because James Gunn has even had to come out and say, no, this is incorrect. They
Well,
did
the
it
Hollywood
last time.
Reporter corrected themselves, Phil. They said now they say nobody knows who she's
Bullshit.
playing.
Bullshit. As James Gunn doesn't say shit, then I call bullshit. That's my stance on it. And this is coming from a James Gunn critic. Just
Right.
FYI.
Because
So,
that's who makes the final call.
Right. And I've
Well-
even argued with people about this online. They're like, no, they're credible sources. I'm like, guys, he's proven them wrong over a year ago when he was doing Superman. Like, because
Yeah.
someone tried to say Palm Komentiev had a role, and he was like, no,
Nope.
that's not right. So,
Well, it's so funny. It says last week Variety reported that Arjona had tested for the key role. Maxima is the alien queen who have been both an antagonist and potential love interest for Superman in the comics. By the way, I like Maxima. I think she's a great character. She does some great runs, by the way.
I actually had to
Um,
look her up because I was not familiar with this character.
Oh,
I
she's a
remember from that one
powerhouse. Like
episode of
she's
Superman.
tough. Yeah.
yeah, the animated
Yeah.
That's a good episode though, right? Most people like that episode,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And
one.
then when it comes to live action, she appeared in one episode of Supergirl early on, but that was it.
Yes.
She's been a character that, like in Elseworld stories, she's had other mantles because she is very similar power-wise to most of the, like, Amazonians, Kryptonians. Like she's got similar
New gods, kind of.
power
Yeah.
set to that.
Yeah.
A deal was imminent with cameras about to roll on set in Atlanta as the production got underway. So it seems like this, if everything I'm hearing is right, not just from you, Phil, but obviously people in the chat as well, that we are still sort of like waiting to see who she is actually going to be. Like it's like most people are saying that they know she's been cast in something, but they don't know what it is. So would you say that's a fair statement, or do we not even know, if she's been cast in anything yet? Is that where we're at, or?
I think she's either playing Maxima or there's a possibility she could be playing Wonder Woman. Frankly, I don't really give a shit because I don't really care for the movie. The only thing that kind of intrigues me is Brainiac and the Lex Luthor power suit, but other than that, I'm already leveling my expectations accordingly, given who's directing and writing that fucking movie. So
And it sucks because like I'm excited to see what they end up doing with John and Lanterns, but once he gets under James Gunn's writing, I'm a little more.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Funny story. Completely different story here, but so funny. A friend of mine who doesn't really keep up with all this stuff was over the other night. We had dinner, and I showed him a lot of the news trailers for stuff that's coming out. I didn't tell him what they were. I just put them on, like, to let him watch them, and I put it on a playlist. And the Lanterns trailer starts playing, and he goes, "Is this supposed to be on the playlist?" And I was like, "Why?" He goes, "Is this like a Yellowstone show or something?" I was like, "No, it's Lanterns." And he was like, "It doesn't look anything like the rest of the DC universe." I said, "That's good. It could also be bad because we don't know. We haven't seen the show yet." I was like, "But I do like that the show is trying something different. It does feel different from everything else that we've had." But I don't think they nailed, like, if you're trying to get the casual audience to understand that it is a Lantern show, there's really not a lot in that trailer that does that for the casual audience. And this is somebody who watches these things but isn't like a diehard fan of anything.
Yeah.
So
I haven't heard anyone outside of our circle be like, "Man, I'm excited for Lanterns." Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like I'm so excited for it, but I'm still not sold on that show, and I'm a little disappointed by that. But we'll see.
I'm just
we-
disappointed by the well. I don't like that it's for mature audiences. That bothers me.
yeah. All the cussing and language and stuff in there. So Supergirl new footage, tech pirates, and spider droids make for a rough ride on the interplanetary space bus. So what the footage we got, this is from Deadline again. Hopefully they're right about this. We see Millie Alcock's Kara Zor-El encounter Eve Ridley's Ruthie, who tells Kara she is searching for Krim. A fight breaks out on the spaceship they're on. Kara flies towards the sun, then uses her red eye lasers. Just call it, like, who calls it red eye lasers? To take down the ship. What's Superman like? Which is what Ruthie asked, I guess, Supergirl. He's a freaking nerd, and he sees the good in everyone, and I see the truth. And this is how she responds. We see a quick glimpse of Kara's face-off with Jason Momoa's Lobo and Krim. That's what we got in the teaser. And we actually have a picture of Lobo's bike here with Jason Momoa on it.
God, he's so happy to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, look, this character is literally a space. It's a space version of him. I mean, that's essentially.
Yeah.
I can just
what this
imagine
character
that.
is.
I can just imagine whenever they were shooting that shot of, Justice League, when he's on the Batmobile riding there, he's probably thinking in his head, "One day we'll get there. One day we'll get there."
I mean, I mean, me and you talked about this, Eric, back when we talked about Aquaman 2. Like, there's a scene in the first couple minutes of that movie where he's like riding the motorcycle around his
Yes.
front yard. I'm like, he's just auditioning for Lobo here. That's all.
Yeah, because Orm definitely felt more like Aquaman in that movie than he did.
Yeah.
Lone Wolf says that is a correct summary because it was somebody else from New Rockstars apparently also said that. The Growly Bear here says the Supergirl movie has a lot of Buffy vibes.
Ooh.
Okay, well, there we go.
All right.
Jaybird chimed in here, says, does feel like the TV shows are, well, they've only had mature TV shows.
Yeah.
We haven't had a TV show for all audiences yet. But they're also doing Clayface, which is for mature audiences, I imagine. Supergirl's the only non-mature DC property that comes out this year, I think.
That's the problem. And you pointed this out, Eric. There's no balance.
Yeah.
Like, I had someone on social media go, I said something about this on social media, and someone said, well, they're doing stuff for both audiences. They're going to have stuff for mature audiences and stuff for the general audience. And I'm like, well, it's not in balance right now. Right now, there is more for mature audiences. Creature Commandos, Peacemaker,
Yeah.
Clayface, Lanterns, and then we got Superman. You know, it's like it's out of whack. Like we need. That's fine. Do stuff for both audiences, but bring it into balance here.
Yeah. I wonder if they expected to have Booster Gold out sooner than they did. 'Cause
Oh,
I think
maybe.
Booster Gold, maybe. Not to say that couldn't get serious sometimes, but that feels like it's more of like a comedy, maybe not for young kids, but like genuinely for most ages.
Mm. Lone Wolf says they all feel different from each other. That's fair, and I don't really have an issue with that. When I was saying that the balance was off, is that I feel like Marvel is the other way around. Marvel typically has a lot of PG-13 stuff, not so much rated R or TVMA stuff.
Sure.
And right now DC's in a weird spot where it's mostly adult content and mature content versus the stuff that's accessible for everybody. Because right now, if you think about it, the only project they have that kids can watch is Superman.
Would you feel better,
That's the only
Joe, when a lot of these animated projects are coming out? Like, I know there's a Starfire show. There's that school show.
Well,
that's
My
coming
Adventure with
out.
Superman is also really good as well.
My
Yeah,
Adventure
but
with Green Lantern
Sure
as
is.
well.
Yep.
but that stuff's not DCU. That's in its own
It
universe.
doesn't matter. It's still DC content.
I know, but if my kids want to follow the DCU, then they're not going to be able to. I mean,
Do they want to?
oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm not going to let my daughter watch Lanterns. She likes Green
I will
Lanterns,
say,
but I'm not gonna let her watch it.
for I understand what you're saying about the DCU thing, but I will say with Marvel, like this year, Marvel is not just the MCU. We're getting a lot of different Marvel projects,
Sure.
and I'm glad that Marvel is giving us different stuff. I think DC's in a weird spot where right now everything big is the DCU. Like we don't have a lot of projects. Like Batman Part 2 is probably the next biggest thing they have, and that is a couple years out still.
Yeah, and
So-
they really tried to preach Elseworlds content heavy, but they haven't really gotten their primary DCU off the ground yet, so they haven't been able to give Elseworlds stuff a whole lot of focus.
I'm so
Well-
frustrated that movie got sidelined in favor of a fucking Superman movie from James Gunn.
Yeah.
Do we think Jimmy Olsen show is going to be family friendly? Do we think that, or is,
No.
or is there a chance it could
Well,
Why?
if it's anything like his role in the movie, no.
be? That's true.
I'm not trying to be a
That's
dick,
true.
but I do not give a shit about that show.
Look, Jake. I'm so glad you
Honestly,
said that
me
because
either.
I feel the same fucking way about it. I don't understand the Jimmy Olsen show. Now, look,
Same.
there's a lot of people that probably like Jimmy Olsen, and this is great for them. For me, I would be pretending to give a shit about like that stuff. You know what I mean? Like I will probably watch it because it is DCU, but I don't know if I care enough whether or not it's PG-13 or rated R. I don't know.
I didn't bother with Peacemaker. I am not bothering with tacky fucking Jimmy Olsen who tries to be a player. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for it.
Jimmy Olsen's just an outdated character in my opinion.
I
Xana
agree
says,
with
did we
that.
talk about the Avatar movie? Yeah, it's back at the beginning, Xana, if you go back
Yeah.
about an hour.
I like the idea of like a Daily Planet show. Like I like the idea of a DC show from the perspective of the everyday people. But I just hated Jimmy in that movie so much. Like he was easily my least favorite part of that movie. So they are going to have to do heavy work to make me
Ooh.
care about the show after how much I disliked him.
I think there's a better way to do that everyday perspective person thing than through something like that though. Like I think you could tell. I mean, and they kind of already did this with Creature Commandos a little bit. Is that you got to see the what was going on in those different cities they were in. Yeah, a lot of the episodes had focus on your characters and their flashbacks, but like that is one of I think the best examples of world building in those comic medias that we've gotten in a while.
I'll just say that I think the best version of Jimmy Olsen lately is in My Adventures with Superman, and even then, I'm with Jake. Outside of that, the character is outdated and fucking useless when it comes to Superman.
I'm very excited about the Jimmy Olsen show.
So Joe, did you like Jimmy in the Superman movie?
Oh, I loved him. I thought he was great. I think casting was perfect.
The Tessmacher thing that was going on and everything.
Yeah. I thought he was terrific, and I think this TV show can do some really interesting things. Like if you know the comics, all the Fourth World characters originated in Jimmy Olsen. So
you said a word that I think I would have liked to see more, which is terrific. I think a Mr. Terrific show probably would have been something I would want to see.
I think they will.
A Terrifics movie. I think they set it up. They had enough characters in that to do that story. They could have brought in the additional characters to flesh it out.
Yeah, classic, man.
You've got two members of the comic Terrifics already.
That's what I'm saying. They already had started to establish it there.
And I bet.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say. I bet they'll do Fantastic Four better than the Fantastic Four did.
Maybe.
Fantastic Four was the best movie of last year.
I did not like it.
Best superhero movie of last year, in my opinion, anyway.
That's funny. When we did our list, I think most of us put it at the end of our list, didn't we? Like when we did ours before Phil was coming on.
It was my number two of last year. I really liked it. I just liked Thunderbolts more.
Thunderbolts was my number one.
I like Thunderbolts more too. Yeah.
I thought it was the worst superhero movie of last year. I like Captain America better.
Oh, that's right. You put Captain America ahead of Fantastic Four. That was crazy to me because my list, I think, was, if I remember correctly, it's Thunderbolts, Superman, Fantastic Four, Captain America. That was my list from last year.
Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Captain America, a pile of rocks, Superman.
It pains me that I didn't like Fantastic Four because it looked so good, but the movie just takes itself too seriously. It needed a sense of humor.
Yeah, see, my biggest problem with Superman is it's too goofy and too unrealistic. I can't stand. Also, just James Gunn's writing is just not for me. That it's honestly one of the worst superhero movies I've ever watched in recent memory, and then the modern age. It is hands down visually one of the ugliest movies I've ever seen. Too, a lot of the CGI looks like dog shit. It's just bad. It's just a bad, poorly made.
I think it's one of the best.
I have not walked out of a comic book movie disliking it that much. Since
Jake, I know, Jake, you specifically talked about how much you hated the flying visual.
Because those fish eye lenses look fucking stupid. I'm sorry. It was
yeah,
bad
they
in Black
do.
Adam, it was bad in Guardians 3, and it was bad in this movie.
Yeah, it looks like shit.
Wait, didn't he use the same cinematographer from Guardians? Isn't that why?
He did.
Yes, he did.
And he's using a nudist cinematographer in this movie.
Yeah.
See how well it pays off for him. I don't think it will.
Well, we do have some Supergirl merch to look at quickly before we move on here. But we have here some T-shirts. Go ahead, Jake.
So I'm just saying, I don't remember the last time I walked out of a comic book movie and disliking it that much was Love and Thunder.
Damn.
Yeah. It's one of my favorites.
That tracks.
Wait, hold on. Before we do this, Cody says, $2 super chat. Fantastic Four, serious? I think this is for you, Phil, being the best movie of the year for you.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Movie of the year for you.
It captures the family dynamic and what Stan Lee and Ditko were going for back in '62. That movie is pitch perfect, a Silver Age love letter to the whole Fantastic Four.
I will say this. The best antagonist across all of the movies was Galactus.
100%.
I think Galactus was the best, of last year in superhero movies. Sure. I think Galactus was better than all the antagonists because in Thunderbolts, we had Sentry, but Sentry wasn't totally evil in that movie. He was kind of just going through a mental crisis, but Galactus was literally trying to destroy the planet. I think he was the best antagonist.
I mean, great.
In my opinion.
If you want to get really, methodical about it, the true antagonist of Thunderbolts was every character's personal team.
No, Cody's talking about Joe. He's saying Joe didn't like Fantastic Four. So there we go.
It just took itself too seriously. If it had more of a sense of humor, I probably would have liked it better. I love the cast. I love the look of it. I love the last scene with the car seat. was so perfect, and I was like, it needed more of this. It needed more of this.
I get what you're saying to an extent, but I think with the story they're telling,
That's
think-
true, but if you read the Fantastic Four comics, I've always said Fantastic Four is the family sitcom of the Marvel Universe. It's the Full House of the Marvel Universe, in that you've got like the two uncles that are bickering with each other and playing jokes on each other. Like even Johnny and Thing, they did not have that rapport with each other, and I'm like, what's going on? And Michael Chiklis and Chris Evans had felt more like Thing and Johnny with the chemistry than these guys did. Like they, I don't know, something was just off.
Well, I will say this: my main criticism of Fantastic Four, because I enjoyed it. The only reason it was number 3 for me is because we only had 4 movies. Like it probably would have literally been in my top 3 if we had like a couple extra movies last year from Sony for sure. But yeah, so for me, my only issue with Fantastic Four, my biggest issue with it, is that I feel like Thing's story could have been a little bit stronger. That's probably my biggest criticism of the movie, because I literally enjoyed everything else from that movie. I just wanted more from the Thing, and we know that a lot of that stuff from Ben was not included in the film. It just didn't make it.
Yeah, him being my favorite member of that team, I would have liked to see him get more to do.
I'm curious how much he gets in Doomsday, because like he's the only one we've actually seen footage of so far.
Do you think they did that on purpose because of the criticism? They wanted to show him.
No, I
something?
also think that like he also had a pretty prominent role in both the Tim Story movies as well as the Fan Forstick movie. So I think
That's true.
shifting focus to the relationship of Reed and Sue, the newborn, like that was very much more, in my opinion. I think.
By the way, the Johnny
Johnny
story
wasn't like Johnny was not a typical womanizer.
Let me say Johnny so this, to be straight up, regardless of what I think of Ben's story and the movie as a whole, this was the best Johnny Storm we've ever had. Was the one in the recent Fantastic Four.
Oh, without question.
I'll agree.
I think he was much better in the movie for me. I think Chris Evans was too cartoony, in my opinion.
I can agree with that.
I liked Chris Evans better.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I like all these actors. I just didn't think a spark was missing.
Something wasn't working for you. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the Supergirl merch. I'm getting the shirt with the Supergirl written over her eyes. I really like that
cool.
one.
Yeah.
I think that's actually both of them, and the Kara is on the back of it, which is fine. With this shot here, we have some other merch to look at here. So they were airbrushing the shirts. Okay, that's why it has Kara on the back. Okay. I stand corrected. But there's the shirt up close. This is totally my vibe. It's streetwear. I'm a streetwear person. I wear a lot of really weird things. So this is right up my alley. And this is the whole boot there. Truth, justice, whatever, with disco balls on it. How do we feel? Because earlier, Darren, you said that Masters of the Universe is currently winning in the advertisement department, marketing department.
I don't think Superhero's doing bad. Like I think Superhero's doing good. I am a little worried of it just because, it's such an overpopulated section. But I think Superhero's probably doing the second best in terms of marketing. Like, I think it's doing slightly better than Toy Story, better than Minions.
Okay, you said Toy Story. Everybody kind of, what do we think is not marketing itself well right now, considering where we are in the year? What do you think is missing in the marketing department? You said Toy Story, so I know that's one that you're thinking about.
I mean, it's, again, like Joe said, like, it's going to do fine, right? Like, they still got a couple months. I think they know they don't have to really start pushing until closer, so I get it. Just in terms of who's doing the most heavy lifting right now out of the Dune movies, I think He-Man and Supergirl are doing the most. Same goes for Minions. Like, Minions also doesn't have to, like, super push until it's, like, about to come out. Because people know Minions. Like, they're going to show up for Minions. People love Minions.
Lone Wolf. Great call out. Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yeah.
That's probably the one that they talked about people aren't really looking forward to this movie. Well, where's the fucking marketing for the movie?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, every time they play the trailer, it gets like a round of applause.
But they're not doing anything else, though. They need to do more, I think. Is it just hard to nail down Pedro Pascal for stuff? Is that what it is? I mean, like, why aren't we marketing Mandalorian and Grogu? I feel like it's weird. This is a low budget, originally intended to be a season of TV. low budget movie that is getting released at theaters. It's your first Star Wars movie in what, 6 years?
7
years now?
Yeah.
It seems like a slam dunk for kids. Like, you could be marketing this to kids, which is where it should be. They should be focusing that marketing, and they're not doing anything with it.
Yeah, be releasing right as soon as kids get out of school for the summer.
Yeah,
Did you
it's
guys
like at the tail end.
Did you guys look at the Fandango stuff that came out last week?
Yeah.
That's
No.
insane to me that it's not in the top 10 most anticipated.
Devil Wears Prada is number 3, which, by the way,
That's
I'm looking forward to that
insane.
movie.
Me too.
I'm really looking forward to Devil Wears Prada too.
Sure.
Right, but that has a very niche audience than a lot of the
Yeah.
others.
Like, over like Insidious being above Star Wars is kind of crazy to me. Like,
I
no
actually
shade
think
on
this
that.
Insidious trailer is going to bump Insidious up into people's list for sure. The one we
Sure.
just watched tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. I wish it luck. I
I'm really shocked because I feel like, so here's my problem. We already know this movie is going to get attacked from the usual suspects, right? We already know that's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Disney keeps giving them W's by doing stuff like this. Like, they keep handing them like cannon fodder because they're not doing enough to promote the movie. Scary movie over Star Wars is crazy, Fetman plays. Like that, like literally it's crazy to me. Star Wars should be a top 5 most anticipated movie every time they're releasing one.
Yeah.
And this one isn't even in a top 10 list. And it comes out very soon.
You know what really bothers me about this one? I don't care. Love, everyone's got controversial opinions of them, but I feel like the good guys are helping to bring this movie down along with the bad guys, because
Give me
we
an
could
example.
all
give us an example.
we can all agree that the nerdrotics, the critical drinkers, they're the bad guys, and I know he's a controversial figure for some reason, but a guy like John Campea is not with them. He is not with them.
Yeah.
But he is actively trashing this movie because every time he brings it up.
What is he saying about it?
Every time this movie comes up, just a glorified episode of the TV show. This is just a glorified. Why should I pay to see this? It's just a glorified episode. This is a movie. They made a movie.
Right.
You can't do that. You can't just make it up because it's based on a TV show. How many movies based on TV shows have been made? When did this criteria start? Like,
When internet douchebags decided that
Yeah.
they were critics.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, because John Campea, he has worked in the industry, unlike a lot of these other channels where they're just random guys that started podcasts. You know what I mean? Like I don't want. I don't ever. I've said this before. I don't ever want my opinion to sway somebody's. Like, if they want to go see a movie, I might tell you that I didn't like it or I wouldn't recommend it, but I don't want someone to not go to a movie that they want to see because I didn't like it. I think that's
Right.
a really bad way to do it. You know what I
People
mean?
need to form their own fucking opinion.
The problem is we're in a space where that doesn't really happen for a lot of the public. Rotten Tomatoes has a lot of pull, even though we know Rotten Tomatoes is a lot of dog shit. Like,
Yeah, they'll take like random podcasters' word as law. Like what all of us say, hey, look, this is what we think about it. You
Right,
make your
like,
own
I'll
choice.
look at
You
that
still
quote
interested? Hey, go for it.
I'll look at that. The example you just gave, random podcasters quote as law. I'll look at that quote and be like, who the fuck is this person? Because 90% of the time it's someone I don't even know.
I think it's,
well,
I'll give you the double standard real quick. When Moana 2 went to theaters, because that was supposed to be a TV project, he praised Bob Iger. He's like, look, Bob Iger came in. He's like, why are we putting this on television? This should be in the theater. And he praised that they put that in the theater. But now we're going to go the other way. This should be on television. This is a TV. It's like you're doing critical drinkers work for him, quite frankly. You know,
I get it from an audience POV though. Like, they did spend 3 seasons watching this on a streaming service. Like, it's been 7 years since we've had a Star Wars movie. I understand it. Like, it is going to be an upward battle to get people to be like, I know the thing you watched on your couch for 3 seasons. Now you have to go out and watch it. We're all going to go out and watch it and support this movie. But I also can understand, like, especially with how expensive movie theaters are now, where it's like, I'll just watch this on my TV with my whole family kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is apparently Cody's saying here Disney is going to show this at CinemaCon on Thursday. So prepare to get everything spoiled before we ever even see the fucking movie. A
Yeah,
pair
because
for-
because that really worked out for the Flash, right?
I don't think it'll get spoiled from a CinemaCon audience
Oh,
because those are theater owners. Like they're not, you know.
show it. But by the way,
Do you
Joe,
have any
not to
idea how
say
many
that- not-
influencers are there this year?
I was going to say, not to say that we're like, that I'm poo-pooing what you're saying, Joe, but show of hands of who thinks that one of those influencers is going to spoil the ending of Mandalorian and Grogu.
We know
More than one.
influencers that will spoil.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
more than one.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of influencers don't give a fuck.
They don't.
That's what I think.
No. And
Soups
they
is
do
a
that-
good example of somebody
He's
that
a
doesn't
prime
give a fuck.
example.
Prime example, exactly. They do that shit just for clout.
I also saw fucking dipshit Jeremy Johns is there too.
Oh,
Wouldn't be
Oh,
shocked
yeah.
if he said something.
So is
about
Robert Meyer Burnett. He's there as well
Yeah.
with,
Yeah,
with
that
all those
fucking
guys.
asshole.
He
I
doesn't
think-
usually. I don't like him, but he doesn't usually spoil things though.
That
That's
dude
true.
read out the Dune Part 1 script before they started
Oh,
shooting that movie.
That's right.
Fuck
I do
Robert
remember
Meyer
that.
Burnett. That dude is an asshole.
Wasn't that a
That's
book?
true.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
I think CinemaCon
yeah.
can either. I'm sorry, Phil. Go ahead.
No, all I was saying.
No, I
Robert
was saying,
Meyer
like-
Burnett is a fucking
was a mega-
douchebag.
No, I'm saying
Oh,
like with Dune, I mean, yeah, there's the books, but then again, the movies. Yeah, that's. I mean, still, that's not.
It felt
We're
like
doing it.
counsel for a minute there.
Yeah. I think CinemaCon can either help or hurt your movie depending on how good it is, right? Because How to Train Your Dragon came out at CinemaCon I think it was last year, and people were like, "This was great!" Like people
been
loved
that
it
long?
coming out of the theater. Yeah, and people were like, "This is fantastic!" Like you have to go see it. Blah blah blah. And I think that helped the movie because there was months of good press.
That's usually what they show. They usually show something that they have a lot of faith in that they want to get the word of mouth out on.
If it's good, if people come
Yeah.
out of it this Thursday and we're like, "We loved it. This was great," that's really going to help this movie. But if
Yeah.
it's not, that's going to be really bad for the movie.
Like
So
Jake
Lo-
brought up the Flash.
Yeah.
Look at the Flash. They showed the Flash, and the word of mouth coming out was, "This is great." Everybody loved that.
Yeah, they
And
were
last-
confident in the
and
Flash for
two-
sure.
2 years ago was Ghostbusters. Or 3 years ago was Ghostbusters. They showed Ghostbusters, and the word came out.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters was great. When they have a lot of confidence, they're like, "We're going to show you what we got."
Lone Wolf, I don't hate Jeremy Johns. I have no real opinion about Jeremy Johns. Like I'm just kind of I just don't care, honestly. I used to watch his content back in the day, but then he started doing things in his reviews that I didn't necessarily agree with, so I have
He's
just
a
stopped
punk.
watching him. But
He's a fucking
yeah,
entitled little punk, dude.
anybody can have their own opinion about him. So
You know how there's Miller and Miller Lite? He's the Miller Lite critical drinker of fucking movie reviews.
Damn it.
That's what that
wait,
dude
Chris
is.
says,
No,
"Yeah,
no,
Joe," and the
you know
Flash
what?
flopped.
Yeah,
You know
but,
what?
but
You
it
know
was
what?
good. Like
You know
I
what?
said, I don't give a shit if it flops or not. If the movie's good, is all I care about.
Well, Phil, if anything, he's not even the Miller Lite. He's the White Claw.
Oh God, oh God.
You're giving White Claw.
uh,
That's insulting the White Claw.
All right, last bit of news we're going to talk about. If anybody before we talk about this, if anybody in the chat has a topic or something from CinemaCon that we did not talk about, here's your opportunity to drop a super chat and say, "Hey, I want you to look this thing up and talk about this." You can do that while we're talking about this particular topic here, because once we're done with this, we're going to do like last minute stuff before we move into our thoughts on Daredevil. So,
Hey,
if
Omega, I
anybody's
said
watching
it
that,
at the
watch
start. You want to say it now?
What?
What?
Your line that you like to repeat?
Oh, YouTube is killing the channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Due to shadow banning from the candid conversations that we have about movies and pop culture.
Due to the quartering, my channel has been flagged by. Just kidding.
Ordering.
All right, so Clayface at CinemaCon, DC head Peter Safran took to the stage to intro the film, which he says is a riveting horror thriller. We're getting to the first look at Tom Reese Harry's as Clayface. It begins with Clayface lying in a hospital bed. I think it's bed. It says beg. In a hospital bed with bandages. What is up? Like, editors, get on this. With bandages covering all of his face except his eyes. Then quick flashbacks show various stages of mutilation. It ends with Harry's laying in the bathtub and then he wipes his face. That's the teaser we got.
Article is showing mutilation.
Yeah. Okay. I know if Ronan were here, he would say, I'm really looking forward to this movie because I think this is right up his alley. Is anybody else excited about this Clayface movie at all?
I am.
Absolutely.
I think this is the the like sneak attack of comic book projects this year. Like it's the one no one's excited about, no one's talking about, that I think could be one of the best. I really do.
I'm more excited for the style of filmmaking that they're going for than the character itself, but I'm still gonna go see it. I'm curious to see where they go.
I think this is one of the most exciting ones because this is one that only exists because it was great. Like this wasn't part of the plan.
Yeah.
It was, hey, I got this great idea. Well, shit, we got to do that.
It was fast tracked really quickly. Like,
yeah,
they pitched it to him there, and he said, "Well, no other movies around this time. Greenlight it, go, like, do it." And that's
Xana
awesome.
says this could be worse than Morbius and Craven.
No, there's no way.
No,
I'm sorry, there's no way.
No, because
it could be, but it could also be better than Citizen Kane. I mean, we could play the "it could be" game all day.
Harrison said this is my sleeper hit with the director attached as well.
Yeah,
so
because I feel like that's not going to do what those movies did and try to make, you know, is it Carlo or Hagen that's in this?
Hagen.
So
Wait a minute.
yeah, I don't think they're going to make Hagen out to be this, you know, tragic anti-hero that like, oh, you feel bad for by the end of the movie. No, like they're going to make him a full-on, flat-out villain. I think.
Yeah.
Why a lot of those Sony movies fucking blundered.
Anthony says, here we go again with the word reinvented horror genre. The same shit I've been hearing this for the last fucking 5 years.
Well, wait a minute. How Jonathan says gives off Joker vibes.
Yeah.
How can it be giving off any vibes? We haven't seen anything from it yet. Like we've literally seen nothing. Like there are no vibes. There's no vibes to be given.
Lone Wolf says, I know your buddy Boba's really interested in. Look, I know a lot of people are interested in Clayface. I'm not saying I'm not interested in it. It's just not at the top of my list of movies this year. Like I like, obviously I'm going to go watch it. I'm going to keep an open mind. I want it to be good. It sounds interesting. It's just not really at the top. But I did see someone earlier say something about releasing. Where is it at here? Hold on, where is it at?
About the Halloween release?
Yeah, Harrison here. Actually releasing a horror movie in Halloween, they're learning. And you guys agree with that?
Yeah, well now they are, because, I mean, yeah, the original release date was 9/11.
Oh, that's right, it was.
Yeah, it was. You know what has, like, really sold me, like, from today? And Jake will like this, but I saw people that saw the footage say it, like, looks like feet of clay.
See you later, Reed. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out.
That's what Mike Flanagan adapted for a script, basically Feet of Clay.
Yep.
I haven't seen a lot of Batman the Animated Series, but I've seen that, and that episode's fantastic. I love that episode.
One of their best ones, even though it's one of the earliest.
It's so good, yeah.
So, anything that they didn't show over the last 2 days that you were looking forward for Sony or Warner Brothers or any of the other exhibitions they had?
I sent you a link to a thing that that I'm necessarily excited for, but I did think it was a pretty big announcement.
Okay. I'll look at it here. I had to make sure it's not discussing fish because we know about that. So. And Aegon's Conquest movie is officially in the works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coming to cinemas.
Wow, nobody sounded super excited about that. Or is it not good?
I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it has something to do with Game of Thrones because of the big
Game of
GOT.
Thrones
Yeah.
thing. It was rumored a couple months ago that they weren't sure if they wanted to do a movie or like a big budget TV show, and it seems like they officially went with the movie. Which I'm very similar to like our Mandalorian thing. I'm wondering how that translates. Like, will the Game of Thrones audience show up to a cinema? I think they would have, 10 years ago when the show was at its peak, but is it still popular enough to make their money back from it is what I'm going to be interested in.
Well, I don't know. I'm excited. By the way, Night of the Seven Kingdoms Season 2 has been delayed due to weather conditions or something like that. I saw that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Wait. I saw a super chat from Staggervore, $4.99 super chat. Not really CinemaCon related, but did you read that 1,000 celebrities, actually, roughly, signed a letter to Paramount opposing the WB acquisition, and Ellison responded? Actually, it's an AI response. I looked at it, and then I was like, this is an AI response. It was literally, he told ChatGPT to write a response to this, and that's what they did. Go ahead.
Did you hear about the buttons? The publication, The Angler, and the buttons?
Yeah. So apparently there were buttons given out about like being anti-merger, and so Paramount has decided they don't want to advertise with these companies now that are not aligned with the merger. Like what about free speech? Is like that's literally one of the things we've said is that this is an anti-free speech situation is what they're doing with their news division. And the first thing they do with any sort of sign of concern about the merger is they decide we're not going to contribute to anybody who is saying things that we don't like.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, you say it's not CinemaCon related, but I feel like it is because they did talk about this was a very big topic over the last 2 days at CinemaCon, and I wouldn't be surprised. We have Paramount doing something on Thursday. So Thursday night with the stream, we're gonna have Paramount stuff to talk about and Disney stuff to talk about. So we will probably do another earlier stream. I'll probably start about an hour early on Thursday as well, just so we can get all that in. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. We had another super chat here from Lone Wolf, $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Lone Wolf. DM about new film called Digger. Wait, we also had the Burrows. There's another trailer. I forgot about this. Thank you for bringing this up, Lone Wolf. It also made me remember there was another trailer from the Duffer Brothers that we were going to watch.
Oh.
So we will do...
Duffers.
Yeah. Let me see. My DMs are not... Let me see if I can get my DMs to work. I'll restart Discord.
I'm a little worried if they're writing it.
Oh.
Okay, so I will read this because I can't get it to work right. So I'm going to read it out. The Digger trailer was revealed at CinemaCon. I remember the announcement of this, I think it was 3 months ago. The film tells the story of Digger Rockwell, played by Tom Cruise, an oil baron whose drilling on the ice shelf in Greenland causes the breaking of massive icebergs that threaten billions of lives worldwide. John Goodman plays the U.S. president who tasked Rockwell to fix the crisis that escalates into a global nucular war. This sounds like a James Cameron movie or Michael Bay movie. The film looks incredible.
It'll probably have a story, so I doubt it's a Michael Bay movie.
Right. The film looks incredible. This is from New Rockstars, by the way. Think Dr. Strangelove meets Birdman meets Don't Look Up meets The Death of Stalin. Okay. It's a lot of meeting of people. It's a four-way orgy. Already it looks like this right. Already looks to be this year's one battle after another. The production design is surrealistic and hilarious and terrifying. Cruise is under heavy prosthetics, but gives a performance reminiscent of Tropic Thunder. Les Grossman or whatever his character was from Tropic Thunder.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
All right, so I put a poll up here. Best CinemaCon story so far. There's 3 options in the top 3. If you pick number 4, you can type in the chat which one you would choose over these, from your own personal experience. We're gonna move this back in the corner over here. Wait, no, we'll put it back there. Why is it so annoying to put this up? Make it smaller, or let me change the size of it.
I was about to say, can you not just shrink it?
No, it's one size. It's really weird.
It's annoying.
Anyway, all right. So when Derek comes back, he'll have to peek around the corner for a second. The other thing was the trailer for, I think it's the Burrows. I think that's what somebody asked about earlier. Yes, the Burrows.
So was that a sandwich you were tearing apart there?
Mm-hmm. Totally forgot I didn't eat dinner because my dad came over and had to do his taxes.
Dude. Late night sandwiches hit different, man.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, so here is... You got wings? Damn, y'all are making me hungry. I have to make pasta after this.
No, I swear, we're going to get one of those moments again where it's just dead silence for 10 seconds, and Omega looks down on his phone and goes, "Don't text me, damn it, just deliver my food."
All right, so this is the trailer for The Burrows, which is a Duffer Brothers series for Netflix. This will 100% get removed because it is Netflix, and they don't like it. So here we go. So let me see. There's more. No, that's it. It looks like Stranger Things with senior citizens, but
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, man,
Cocoon 3.
Yeah, I was like, man, the Duffer Brothers got Alfred Molina.
I mean,
I'm kidding. If anyone takes that too seriously,
Cocoon 3 is too much, man.
Looks fun. I was actually kind of disappointed it's not a show, because I feel like I don't know.
It's the season 1 teaser though.
Yeah.
What?
If you
Oh,
look
I
at the
thought-
description up in the corner, it says season 1 teaser. I think it's a show.
Yeah, hold on. Let me look.
Is it a show?
Oh,
One
I
thing I
thought it was-
noticed is
Yeah,
that
season 1
Oh.
teaser. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. I was wrong.
I'll.
Why does this sound
I'll
like
give it a shot.
every movie trailer I've seen
Yeah, it's the.
for like the past 20 years?
Some undiscovered new power that people
Yeah.
got to go find. Undiscovered country.
Especially
if you
that
will.
weird fluttery violin music that they have in the background. I've heard that.
Yeah, and like
every
all the
single
sparkly
goddamn-
bits. Yeah.
I'll be honest. I'm more excited for this kind of stuff from than more Stranger Things. Like as someone who loves Stranger Things.
Well, we know we have that
like,
Stranger Things cartoon coming out soon, so
Yeah.
I want to see what else they have that isn't Stranger Things. I want to see what else they can
Yeah,
offer.
let's see what else
besides
they do.
that.
Yeah.
So
could you
I'll
imagine
check
them
this out.
doing a TV show based on it?
Fuck no.
We already got a good
Absolutely
TV
not.
show based on it.
I mean, go watch the first It movie.
Go watch
I mean, not the
Gary.
first, but the yeah.
I'm not a fan of the Duffer Brothers. I think they're full of shit. That's just me, though.
So you have no faith in this at all, Phil?
I mean, I think they have a really good job at hoodwinking talent into their subpar shows.
You mean
I
like
almost
Linda
said something very
Hamilton?
not nice. Yes.
That was disappointing. They really.
I mean, I don't think they're all that creative. They really hint on 80s tropes, and they think they're really smart and clever. And I'm like, you guys are just ripping off shit that's been done better in the past. I'm not impressed. I
They
remain unimpressed.
self-admitted that too.
I know.
Yeah.
It's sad. But hey, here we are.
I like the cast. I think the cast is good. So I'll
I'll
probably
give you
it a
that.
shot.
They got a good cast.
Yeah.
It was a
What's
well-made
that
trailer
cast?
too. Yeah.
All right. So
No.
hot take, but I didn't like the Flash. CGI was ugly. This is from
Amen
Cartoon
to that.
49.
That's not a hot take, but
You got to keep in mind what they were going for with the.
I was going to say we've talked about this many
Here
times.
we go
Joe.
again.
No. I want to hear. So Joe, explain please the CGI thing because you've talked about it.
Yeah,
several times before.
it was explained that the CGI because when I first walked out of the film, I didn't care for the CGI either. I thought it looked really bad. But then the effects artist came out and explained that a lot of the choices they made, it was supposed to look unreal and slightly kind of blurry and off to show what it would look like to see the world traveling at super speed. And that's why, if you notice, the CGI is perfect in any scene that doesn't involve the Speed Force.
So
But
you believe that they intended that and that wasn't an excuse they came
Oh
up with
yeah,
that
because if they didn't, because they said they did, and if they didn't, the CGI would be shoddy throughout the entire film. But if you look, the scenes with Batman, Wonder Woman, anything that doesn't involve the Speed Force looks fantastic. But then you get things like the babies, and they look off and kind of fake. And it's only the scenes where they're in the Speed Force that it looks like that. So now I do think they made a mistake
Oh,
because
Batman looks like
the
shit.
fact that they had to explain it isn't good. You know, like you had to come out and that's
Well,
problematic.
making,
this
doesn't help evidence.
making something look bad as a stylistic choice doesn't change the fact that it looks bad.
I was gonna say, like, I think for me, it's hard for me to take that at face value. Like, I understand that they say that was the intention, but I just don't know if I totally 100% believe that that was always the plan because, like, the scene when they're running in with like Supergirl, it's like the two flashes, and they're running in that battlefield scene or whatever. That's a very empty area, and it feels unreal. Like, it doesn't feel like
Yeah.
a real place to me. That's
Unlike-
probably my biggest criticism is that one battle.
And then you
Felt
get
a
an
little
empty
bit like
Yeah,
it was-
I thought that scene looked great.
Then you
And-
get an empty
Okay.
canvas full of ugly visuals when the multiverse collapses.
Well, also keep in mind that this is also some of the same VFX crew that worked on the Snyder Cut, BVS, the same people. The big difference is it's not Snyder behind the camera; it's Andy Muschietti. Everything Muschietti did with the Flash was entirely intentional, and there is a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff of DJ working with Ezra, working with Muschietti, both Barbara and Andy, and you can see like they're trying and they are avid. Like when it's actually being shot in real time, like you can tell that there's a lot of work going into it.
Yeah.
It's just the end result just isn't, it's just visually unappealing. And I'm
This-
pretty sure Henry Bram was the cinematographer on The Flash too.
I was gonna say, does this make you worried for the Brave and the Bold if he's going to be directing Brave and Bold?
No.
movie?
because
No.
if it's him and he's doing Brave and the Bold and he has a different cinematographer, also keep in mind the Michael Keaton Batman stuff in the Flash looked fine.
Yeah.
Right.
And if Muschietti is allowed to work with that for Batman and Damian, I have no problem. But do not put Henry Bram behind that camera, and for the love of fuck, do not do the fisheye lens bullshit.
Please.
Because, dear God, the Flash suffered from it, Superman suffered from it, The Rock suffered.
Darren-
Black Adam
Darren
suffered
shared
from it.
this here.
I'm just over the fisheye lens. It's fucking ugly.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
This is so
by
bad.
the time the Flash got to Muschietti, it wasn't even his movie. He just got
No.
it done.
No.
Yeah.
He took
It says
What do you
here.
mean it
With,
wasn't his movie?
go ahead.
What do you mean by it wasn't his movie?
Because it had went through 3 different directors by the time it got to him. He just essentially got the movie to the finish line.
Yeah, but that's not. It was a different movie though. It was a completely different movie. So from script on, it was a completely different movie.
Also, he had to deal with the change of different bosses on 2 different occasions, and he had to do his ending 3 different times. And
Yep.
I will say, the one they landed on was the worst one.
And that was the
It's a-
James Gunn
I thought that was.
influence.
I think that
Yeah,
was the
I
best
know.
one.
I'm sure you do, Joe. But
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. So what were the other? Refresh my memory. What were the other 2 endings?
You had one with
other than
Keaton,
we
So,
got?
one with
initially-
Clooney, one with Affleck.
initially, the movie ended with Keaton and Sasha Kaye being present in the universe. That was it. Then, when Pam DeLuca and Mike Abdi were put in charge of DC, Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot were added in the final scene with Michael Keaton and Sasha Kaye. Then
Okay.
James Gunn proceeded to go, no, we're not doing this. Brought in Clooney and did that dumb
I
bullshit
don't
at the end of the
understand
movie.
that.
I don't either.
Well,
I
it
really
makes
don't
sense.
understand why
As
there.
far as I was told, James Gunn was the one behind The Flash being like, yeah, this is our movie of the year. And when that movie imploded financially, he made a mandate. Nobody's allowed to talk The Flash at DC Studios.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Because they were going on eggshells with that character. And it wasn't even brought up until Creature Commandos when you see Wally West in the one Vision. And that was it. And
Yeah.
it wasn't even Barry. It was Wally.
Yeah, one of the biggest mistakes of that movie is letting him dictate how that movie ended. And that was a fucking bad call.
I think it was a great call because
I'm
it wouldn't
sure
have
you
made any sense to have the other endings. Like they would have made no sense.
You could have done none of those endings and
I
just
would've-
had...
yeah.
You could have just had the Flash going around the city, a monologue by whoever, to just not even show. You could just have a random stunt double in the suit, for God's sake.
So you're
That's
advocating to have a completely different ending without
So-
any of the other stuff at all.
Yeah.
right?
So, yes,
But
what
then
that,
you wouldn't have
what
gotten
that
the George Clooney cameo, and that was hilarious.
What that movie
I-
should have been is a bridge into the DCU. Once the change
It was.
happens at the end, no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Just
It
have,
absolutely was.
just,
No, it
no,
was not.
It wasn't.
It
Just have-
absolutely was. It changed the whole timeline. The DCU only exists because of the Flash movie.
No, it doesn't.
No.
That's not how.
It does. Like James
Well-
Gunn himself.
Well,
said
okay.
so.
So let me explain why I don't think that's the case, because I don't think Ezra Miller is going to be the Flash in the DCU.
Oh no, he's not.
Thank you, Eric.
Definitely
Thank
not.
you, Eric.
No, and what you could have easily done to bridge the gap between the two is once the change happens, just have Flash running around, have a random body double in the suit, someone in the city's narrating it, and then you just see them standing there in the suit, and you don't have to cast a new actor yet. You don't even have to reveal if it's Barry or Wally.
You're trying to Batman Returns the Flash.
You
Because
can be
that's
as loose-
exactly what happened. They
Well,
grabbed
yeah.
up an extra, put her in the Catwoman suit, and that's exactly what they did to finish
All right.
off that fucking movie.
Well, let's move on from the Flash.
Hey, you
stuff
know what?
here.
Batman
So,
Returns is a great movie.
I don't disagree. Batman Returns is
So-
a phenomenal movie.
Darren shared this earlier, and I had it saved for now. The irony of having a one-on-one HR layoff meeting in the conference room with my Loki mural on it.
That's so
That's
fucked.
Yeah,
That's so fucked.
That's rough.
Unrelated,
Can
that's
you-
a beautiful mural.
It is a
Yeah.
beautiful mural, but that's just
Gorgeous.
funny.
Too bad they laid off the person who made it.
Put it in the trash. The cans are right there. Put it in the trash, everybody.
I'd be like, I'm taking this with me. It takes the whole wall off the door.
Yeah.
yeah. So this is a 1 minute warning on the poll. We're going to be ending that in about a minute. So if
Man,
anybody
you've been
wants
dancing
to,
for 2.5 hours. Aren't you tired?
vote.
Kidding.
I know exactly.
Oh my!
What was that? There was a super chat here. Let me check this out. Are we the super chat? Let me ask the question here before I start looking this up. It is from Lone Wolf. It's still a super chat. Any thoughts on the Lord of the Ring cast poster? Are we talking about the
Hunt for
Golem? Okay, let me look this
Yeah.
up.
Jamie Dornan is taking over the role of Aragorn from.
Oh,
Viggo
really?
Mortensen. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So like,
right.
this is basically like a legacy sequel, right? Like you got
Yes.
a lot of the cast back, right?
Even Elijah Wood's coming back as Bilbo, or not
That
was
Bilbo,
surprising.
fucking Frodo. I
That
get
was
them mixed up
surprising.
all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Next Lord of the Rings movie reveals full cast with Jamie Dornan to play Strider. Let's see here. Let me move this so everybody's on camera. Thank you for the super chat, Lone Wolf. Actually, we'll end the poll at the end of this segment. So let me read the article. Let's see here. After months of breathless speculation, Warner Brothers and New Line have revealed the cast for Lord of the Rings, Hunt for Golem. The announcement was tied to Warner, blah, blah, blah. Among the new additions to the cast are Jamie Dornan, who will play Strider, the chief of the Northern Dunedain Rangers. I can never say that. Is that correct? Dunedain? Right. Okay. Known to fans as Aragorn. He steps in the shoes of Viggo Mortensen from the original Lord of the Rings. By the way, is anybody mad that he's not coming back to play this role? That Viggo's not playing it?
I have no race in this horse. I have no horse in this race. Oh, I'm tired.
That's my new
man.
saying. I love it.
I've seen
No,
too
you
many
said
numbers
that
there.
with your
I've
whole
never seen this
chest and full confidence.
I totally
loved it.
did, and then I corrected myself too.
Leo Woodall will play Halvert. Lee Pace is back, which I love Lee Pace, by the way. Andy Serkis is directing the film and reprising the role of Golem.
All right.
Kate Winslet is on board. Ian McKellen is going to return to play Gandalf. Elijah Wood is back as Frodo. This comes back, or this is December 17th, 2027. Thoughts on all of this? Any opinions?
Have you seen the Mowgli movie?
Yes.
That is the movie that gives me complete confidence in this. I don't even want to talk about Let There Be Carnage because it's just not. But
Is that the Netflix
Watching-
one?
yes, yeah,
That one's
Warner
good.
Brothers
Yeah,
dumped
yeah.
it to Netflix, and it was actually really good.
It was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good. Like I would say it rivaled Favreau's Jungle Book a little bit too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think having Circus in the director's role, but also running around like Gollum, that's gonna be. I can't wait to see the behind the scenes stuff for that. That's gonna be gold. It's gonna be funny as
Yeah.
hell. Like having him direct in a mocap suit. I can't wait to watch that.
See, now this is what you could do, if something like The Room were to actually work, where you direct and star in your own thing.
So the poll is over. It looks like Spider-Man's promo has won the poll with 50% of the people saying that was their favorite.
That's
Coming
not
in
surprising.
second is a Supergirl promo. Third is Godzilla -1 trailer. Should be -0. It says here, other respond in chat. 0 people picked other. Everybody picked from those 3. So
That doesn't shock me. Or that
Can you-
order.
Can you pull up Fatman's comment really quickly?
Yes.
Is that true? If so,
I don't
that's
know.
insane.
I don't know.
Like I think
I'd have
that's
to
way
look-
more insane than Doomsday.
That's pretty crazy.
Wild, right?
Let's see. Oh, you've got a fan in the chat, Phil. I don't know if you see that or not.
Oh yeah, Donovan Martin. He can go fuck
yeah.
himself.
Superman didn't suffer from anything. Stop being facetious. Is that even spelled correctly? Stop being. I don't know if it is. Stop being facetious, Phil. I know you have a giant bias against Superman and for Batman.
No,
Okay.
I just have friends that work in LA near the Burbank studio, so you can go fuck yourself, Donovan. I know what I'm talking about.
Ooh, damn! You said your mom's a bitch. I wouldn't take that.
Damn. Okay, hold on. Chill.
I'm playing. I'm kidding. I get loopy when I'm tired.
Well, don't worry. This is the last topic according to Lone Wolf. So let's look at this
I need to get some wings. in.
deadline here.
No Daredevil.
Hey, what kind
No,
of
no,
wings
no.
you got, Omega?
No, I'm saying anybody that's not sticking around for Daredevil, when you go, this will be the last CinemaCon topic. Because Lone Wolf says, last topic, Dune 3 news from CinemaCon. The only thing that I saw was this article here, and we can look at this. It's from Deadline. Let's see, Timothy, Dennis, Zendaya, Jason tout Dune Part 3 at CinemaCon as Paul Atreides has become the all-powerful Dark Emperor of the universe.
Darren. Mid.
Says the clip opens with Fremen ships sailing through dark, gray, foggy air, crashing down on a planet where it's raining. They chant and say, "God be with us," before heading into battle. Lasers fly at them, obliterating many. Finally, we cut to more of an extended preview of the whole film, where Momoa's Duncan tells Chalamet's Paul Atreides that he's way beyond redemption.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I mean,
again, editors. Paul Atreides, where he's way beyond redemption after becoming a destroyer of worlds. Before airing the footage, Villeneuve joined a Fremen army on stage where some ascended on wires. He jokingly called them his entourage and then talked about his intention to make the new Dune movie its own new cinematic experience. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts on this. So if they are planning on doing the rest of the books, I'm all for it. It's going to be fucking weird, especially once you get to the giant worm man.
Oh God!
But
Leto too, turning into a worm. Yeah.
But for one, it's not Duncan, Idaho. It's hate. Do you motherfuckers read books?
No, they don't.
That is a Gola of Duncan, Idaho, that's a whole nother thing I'm not getting into right about now. But I cannot wait for this movie to come out. I've been loving Dune since the 84 movie.
Damn.
Well, Emperor says to me this movie is fucking boring. Emperor is calling you out. To me, this movie is fucking boring. Chris says, okay, I'm over Dune at this point, to be honest. Damn.
And you know what? I can't even fault him for that because Dune, it is a very heady movie. It's mostly
Lone Wolf says Dune's going to be epic, though. So.
Yeah, it's gonna. You either gonna find it boring as hell or you're gonna love it.
Make sure those two are never in the same room.
When I was doing my dad's taxes, I threw on Dune because Dave the Film Junkie and I were we were doing the CinemaCon stuff, and they were finishing up with Dune. And I was like, I want to watch Dune, so I threw on Dune while I was doing my dad's taxes, and my dad's watching, and he's like, "The fucking movie is such really good." I was like, "It's Dune," and he goes, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "This isn't the one from 1984." I said, "No, Dad, it's not the one from 1984."
Crazy Deuce sounded off in the chat, says you couldn't pay me to watch Dune 3 or Lord of the Rings.
Look,
so he's
doing
more like Lord of the Rings.
It's just not your movie. That's fine.
I don't really like Lord of the Rings either, but I will probably watch Hunt for Gollum purely because I like Andy Serkis.
But yeah, it's just Dune has like a lot of messages in it that
it's lore heavy.
Might fly over. It might fly over a lot of people's heads.
Yeah, like when you watch Dune, you will be thinking.
Yes.
I'll tell you one thing. It's like, because everyone's all about, Paul Atreides is the good guy. He's avenging his parent. He's avenging his family and everything. Yeah, wait till this movie comes out.
Yep.
All right. With that being said, we are now moving away from the last couple of days CinemaCon stuff into our Daredevil spoiler discussion. We will be continuing CinemaCon discussions on Thursday. We'll have 2 more days worth of stuff to talk about come Thursday night. So if anybody has not seen Daredevil or doesn't want spoilers in the chat, this is the time that you must head out because you can come back and watch this once you've seen Daredevil. And anybody on the panel that is not staying because they don't want to get spoiled, let us know now so you can do your shout outs before you head out.
Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm up to episode 2 though. I've seen 2 episodes of Daredevil.
Okay.
Not loving it so far.
You're not loving it?
Really? It's really dull. It's really slow. I don't know. Wow. Maybe it'll get better. I know Jessica Jones is coming. Maybe it'll get better.
Yeah,
when she shows up.
She's around the corner. I'm actually shocked that you don't like it. It's pretty well done in my opinion.
Well, to be fair, I really haven't loved any season of Daredevil. Season 1 on Netflix.
All right, fair enough.
Was really good, but it went on about 3 episodes longer than it should have.
Is there a Netflix show in that world that from the MCU that you did like out of all of them?
Jessica Jones,
okay,
Iron Fist, and Defenders were my 3 favorites.
Okay, but you were not a fan of Daredevil, and you didn't like Punisher, the Punisher show?
I didn't watch Punisher. I never got to it. Like it was one of those ones I just never got to. And Luke Cage was so good on Jessica Jones, but then when his own show started, I'm like, this is dull.
Okay.
I like
All right,
better
well,
Jessica Jones.
I'm curious. I'm curious when you catch up with it and you tell us what you think about it. So, but where
And
can they find you, Joe? Oh, good.
I was gonna say last season of Bored Again was brutal.
I was not a huge fan of
Born
season
Again?
1. No, so yeah.
Is that what
yeah.
you said there?
Yeah,
Bored
Bored
Again,
Again.
yeah.
Daredevil Born Again.
All right, Joe. Where can they find you, and what do you got going on?
No, yeah, find me over at Crazy Joe Adventures. It's a shame. It's disappointing. I had to drop it to one video a week after I went back to days, and it's kind of killing me. It's kind of killing me. I really wish I could have kept the pace I was doing during the winter, but there's just not enough hours in the day. But I do have a new video to drop in tomorrow. It's the opening of the Mahoning Drive-In for the season. So it's a fun one. So
Okay. All right. Well, check him out on Crazy Joe Adventures, and thank you for hanging out, Joe. I appreciate you. We'll see you on Thursday, hopefully.
Thursday. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
And Omega, you said you're going to drop out?
Yeah, I haven't seen
All
that.
right.
I got to renew my Disney Plus subscription and finally freaking watch it. But yeah, you can all catch me where I don't know if it's here or here. So here on my screen, and maybe over here on your screen. Check out some of my stuff. I'm also on Blue Sky. Don't go to my Twitter because just don't go to Twitter. Also on Threads. Threads is kind of boring, but I still post stuff there anyway.
Okay. All right.
I'm working on something right about now. Actually, I'll show y'all
Oh,
this.
damn. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Like it. I love it. I want
Whether
some-
it's going to be posted anytime soon, who knows? I may end up deleting the whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just
All right.
what I'm up to.
Okay. All right. Well, go check out Omega, and thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.
Get y'all later.
Good night, sir. Have a good night.
All right. Everybody else is on for the Daredevil
And then there were
spoilers.
more.
So, all right. So, I'm going to create a poll. Just kidding. All right. So, this is
I think Omega
episode.
I think Omega needs to play catch up before joining on these.
Yeah. So, this episode was called The Grand Design. It's episode 5 of season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. This follows up on the cliffhanger with the emotional ending of Vanessa presumably dying in the arena. The episode is basically about what Fisk does after the aftermath of that, and that what's going on with Matt Murdock and Bullseye's aftermath of what happened with that. And that's really pretty much the entire episode. Like, that's in a nutshell. It's just those two stories sort of getting their full the full scope of it. And then we have the stuff with Buck and Daniel as well, which we'll talk about, which I think is pretty interesting. So starting out, and you know what, Phil, you said, you're like, this episode is a good, like, double whammy from last week, being 4 and 5 together. And as I was turning it on, I'm thinking about, like, oh, Phil said this is going to feel super connected. And it did immediately. I was like, okay, yeah, this is just directly following, like, minutes after everything that happened in this moment. The two things we have happening is Fisk is in a hospital with Vanessa. She's been taken there because she's still breathing, but she's not conscious at this point. And so they have her at the hospital. Daniel's there. Buck is not at this moment, and BB is not there yet, but we'll talk about that in a moment. And then we have Matt, who is helping Bullseye because Bullseye is he's basically mortally wounded at this point. Like, he's bleeding out, and he's having to drag him around the city because, of course, as I said last week, and I know, Phil, you were shaking your head because you couldn't say anything, but I was like, this is going to cause Wilson Fisk to go crazy and send his goons out to go after these guys. And, of course, that's what we get. What are we thinking about, like, how this episode set up? Like, were we happy with the dynamic of these two stories occurring? Did it feel good? Because we got a lot of flashbacks in this episode. Not flashbacks we've seen before, but flashbacks to previous moments in time with certain characters. So
I thought that was a pretty important episode. I think the season has been building and building and building, and episode 4 was that, like, peak of the mountain. And I think to be able to climb up in whatever 6, 7, and 8 is, I think they needed a moment of, like, all right, calm down for a second. Let's breathe. Let's sit back. And I thought this was a very nice way to fit in some of those scenes that we heard about. Because I think this may be one of the best like love letters I've seen to a thing. Like this episode was such a perfect love letter. If you love that original show, it's like we want to honor the fans that have been waiting 5 years to get the show back. And I think they're like, we know this isn't the same Daredevil you fell in love with. We know that, and we want to do something new, but we want to give it to you one last time to honor the characters we took away from you, and also embrace the future, because I think they have the best of this current show and also the original show combined into this episode. And I thought it was a brilliant episode, brilliant episode.
Yeah, I think you really felt that in the last episode plus this one in a lot of different ways, to what Darren said, where it's kind of like the best of both, because in episode 4 you literally get flashbacks to the original show with the original show's frame rate and aspect ratio too. So
yes,
I'll admit the back and forth was jarring a little bit, because I was like, okay, man, it just reminded me of how much I miss it in that style. I like the way it looks now, but I think I just have a fondness for how it looks.
I was gonna say, Jake, like the one thing that I enjoyed was when we got the flashbacks for both Vanessa and Fisk and the stuff with Matt and Foggy. Shocker was in the flashbacks.
Yep.
When we were getting those flashbacks, I was like, who directed this episode? Do we know who directed this one? Because it felt like 2 different shows from the same director, because the cinematography and the visuals looked like Netflix Daredevil in those flashback scenes.
Yeah.
But then when we jumped ahead, it felt like the newer Daredevil that we have now.
Angela Barnes. And episode 4 was directed by Slavan Slick Name. So 2 different directors for both these episodes, but I still firmly believe that episodes 4 and 5 would have played much better together as opposed to being a week apart. That's just my opinion, though.
I mostly agree with you. I definitely get what you're saying. Although I do like having a week like sitting on the ending of 4.
Sure.
Like I love the conversation everyone had.
Well, the conversation
is
about
she
Vanessa was
alive?
crazy. It was all over the internet. Like people were talking about it all
That
week.
was nice. I get what you're saying, though. I really do.
Let's first talk about Matt, and we're going to talk about both stories separately because they don't intersect at all, really, except in the flashbacks. But we'll talk about each story separately. So we have the Matt and Bullseye thing, and he's dragging Bullseye along because why? Why do we think Matt cares whether or not he dies in this moment? Because he seems like I'm not saying that Matt wanted to kill Bullseye, but he seems like he is very committed to keeping Bullseye alive. What do we think the reason is for that? And I know, Phil, you can't say too much, but anybody that wants to speak on it, what do we think the reason is that he wants to keep Bullseye alive? Because he doesn't like what Bullseye did to him and Karen and with Foggy and stuff like that. So
what's Foggy's legacy, right? Like I think this entire episode was about like paralleling Matt and Foggy's conversation in the flashback to what he's dealing with now, where it's like he killed Foggy, but I'm not going to let his death go in vain, and I'm keeping that spirit inside of me and projecting that onto Bullseye. Like he knows, like him pushing Bullseye off the building was the worst thing Matt has ever done, and I think he's actively trying to repay for his actions through that. Like there's a reason he had to stop being.
So this is classic Matt, sort of like punishing himself because he believes it's the grand design. I mean, as we said in this episode several times.
Well, he's a very faith-based character too, which these last 2 episodes really highlighted. And I think a lot of it stems from the ending of the last episode playing into this one, not just with what happened to Vanessa, but Matt being caught in the middle of Bullseye, Fisk. Like he gets why Bullseye wants to kill Fisk. And if Matt were to let his morals and his principles go, he would just say, okay, go for it. But he knows that Fisk is a lot more dangerous as a martyr than he is as a kingpin.
I also love that they ended up in the church. Like that was so poetic for them to end up there, because after everything we're seeing going on in the flashbacks with him and Foggy, which by the way, Matt was kind of a dick to Foggy back in the day. Like I was like, hold on, very dickish. And somebody get these people an iron for their shirts because they were so wrinkled in the scenes. I was like, this is so like brand new into your business. You don't have time to iron anything. You're working hard every day. You just put your shirt on and you head out the door.
Yeah,
No,
and
it was very much season 1 of Daredevil
Yeah,
to me,
the
which I
flashback
loved about it.
then,
Yeah.
I got emotional, like, in the weirdest scene, but, like, when it's just Matt and Foggy, like, doing their back and forth arguing thing that they did in the classic show, I got choked up because I was like, it's the original show again. Like, I got just taken back to that first season, and Foggy is was the heart of that show.
Remember we tried to figure out how they were going to have Foggy in this season, and now we see how that happened, which means he's not coming back. He's definitely not coming back at this point.
Correct.
I was someone that was very much, they must bring him back. And I finished this episode and I said, I'm content. I don't...
Let me tell you what I think.
Yeah, because it gave you that chance to say goodbye that you never really got.
I think Foggy and Bullseye's chapters are going to be important together. Like, I feel like there's something with these characters connected on a deeper level. And I don't mean like some weird supernatural thing. I mean for Matt and Karen. I think there's a deeper connection there, right? And I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like that's the direction we're heading, because you can tell Karen is not happy with Matt when he shows up with Bullseye.
No.
The look on her face is like, what the actual fuck?
I would not be shocked if she pulls out her damn gun.
Yeah, it's very that. It's definitely giving that for me. So I was like, all right, she's not happy about it. Matt's doing this for a reason. He's probably going to have to explain to Karen why, and then she's going to, I mean, I feel like that's the next thing that's going to go on here, because I don't think she's going to be very happy about this. But we also get to see just how corrupt the anti-vigilante task force is. They're threatening priests now. Like, they're in the church, threatening priests in the church, right? So it's gone that far with these guys. So that side of the story, great. No notes.
I'll just say
I enjoyed it. Yeah, go ahead, Phil.
It doesn't stop there with the ATVF.
Oh.
It does not stop there. It art imitates life and vice versa.
It's our top.
Yeah, okay.
And that is what I will say in regards to the ATVF.
Okay. All right. Well, let's jump over to the meaty part of the episode, the one where things got super, super heavy, which is Vanessa, Fisk, Daniel, Buck, and a hardware store. So we have them in the hospital. Vanessa is brought in again, unconscious, getting emergency surgery in critical condition. And Fisk is losing his fucking mind. And we haven't seen this in a while from him.
Yeah.
So he's losing his mind. He's screaming. And you see Daniel trying to hold it together because he is the deputy mayor. So he's responsible for talking to the public and keeping them informed. He's lashing out when people ask if she's still alive. What kind of sick question is that, is what he says to the person on the phone. And then BB shows up and immediately asks the same question. And so she's like, people are asking, I have to know something. You have to tell me something. And you can see in this moment in Daniel's mind, he's making a decision in real time. Like, what do I do here? Do I tell her something? Do I not tell her something? Can I trust her? And she leaves after talking to him and getting the information she needs. And while all this emergency surgery is going on, we see the news flash, and the news now has updated information magically on Vanessa when Daniel hasn't spoken to anybody else, and BB has been missing. And so he's freaking out. And then we see Buck, who has been gone since the beginning of the match, because he wasn't there for the match because he was going after the federal agents and the person from the Northern Star. And we see Buck show up, and Daniel's like, where were you? You're supposed to be there to protect us, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't tell Daniel. He says, I was just away taking care of some business or whatever. And at that point, he's like, Daniel, let's take a drive. So what were we thinking here when this happened? Because I immediately was like, oh, it's that kind of a drive. That's what we're doing. It's like, hey, the boss isn't happy. Let's go down to the corner store and have a chat. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of the vibe I got. Yeah, what were we thinking?
I didn't think that's where they would kill him, because I was like, I feel like this is a misdirect. I do think he's going to die this season, but I was like, I don't think this is it. I was really scared for a second when they lifted the trunk. BB would be inside. That was I was like, oh, please don't let it be
Yeah.
BB. Anyone
You're
but
not
BB.
the only one.
And
Don't worry.
I was like, oh no. But I'm curious where we're going. I think Daniel is low-key been one of my favorite characters this season. I think he's one of the more nuanced characters the show has right now. I think I think he imitates a lot of people in the real world right now. I think like he said something interesting in the podcast where it's like what does someone do when they find out the group that they're a part of is secretly really bad, and how do they get out of that? And I think that's something that I imagine a lot of people in the world right now are in the mix of, where it's like, oh wait, maybe I chose the wrong side.
Everything is not so obvious or black and white, right? That's just not the way the world is at the moment.
Yeah.
I love the fact that when he went into the store, we're sitting with Daniel in the car, and they're not time jumping, so we're there with him as it's all going on. He starts the car, he's sitting there, and I'm like, he's gonna leave. He's gonna drive away, and then he stops. He turns the car off, and then he's like, fuck, and you can see that he's like thinking his mind. Right, he's freaking out about this, and then we see Buck come out with a shovel and a saw, and I'm like, holy fuck! But then in that moment, that's when I realized it's not Daniel. I was like, this isn't Daniel. This is a loyalty test. I knew this the minute he walked out. I said, he's not testing Daniel on whether or not he's going to kill Daniel right this second. Maybe down the road that's what he's thinking, or if something happens. But in this moment, he wants to see if Daniel will do whatever he needs to do to prove his loyalty to Fisk, because this is how he's going to decide whether or not Daniel is the person leaking stuff, or is Daniel the person that's on the side of Fisk. And I knew it was a loyalty test. So we get to the location, trunk opens, and it's not BB. Which, by the way, a lot of people were like, it's going to be BB. Even I was thinking he's got BB in the trunk, because I thought she was still alive and maybe just was gagged or something like that. But it's not BB. And I believe it's the Northern Star guy, right? Isn't it?
It's the first mate from that.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's testing his loyalty with Fisk here. Scary fucking scene. Very tense. Very well done. Very well directed. Very well acted. No notes. I love this whole series of events. Any thoughts on this?
I'm really curious for his next interactions with BB after this. If he goes through with this, obviously, because like his whole thing is like Fisk is a good man. Like I know he has his flaws, but he's a good guy at his core. He's good. I'm doing a good thing, and I think now he's probably like, okay, maybe not as good as I thought, and so I'm wondering, does he fully commit into this world, or do we see him maybe?
Well, we already know that Buck thinks of him as a successor to Kingpin. That's what he sees in Daniel. We know that.
Yeah.
Phil, are you done sounding like a fucking horse over there?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I did really. Oh, sorry, guys.
No, you go ahead. Finish it.
I did really enjoy seeing that like Wesley and Buck knew each other, and
I was going to say
that was wild.
Them together.
That was wild. So that was freaking me out, because when obviously they were doing the flashback, and Vanessa was thinking about all these things, and Fisk was thinking about all these things, and so when I saw Wesley talk to Buck, I was like, holy shit, we're connecting all of these dots to tell the story, because the client was also the client from Foggy and Matt was tied in with the story with Fisk, Wesley, and Buck, and I'm like, this is great. Like, it just the whole thing flowed together so well.
And you know what? It didn't feel forced like in season 1 when you go, wait, who's this new therapist the Fisks are seeing? Oh, it's Matt's new girlfriend. You could literally tell they did that for the sake of connecting the cast together.
Yeah.
This time you could tell that it was there to serve the story.
That's, I think, what makes season 2 so good, in my opinion, is because not only are we bringing back the cast we love and bringing everything full circle, you're making this new cast of characters very memorable, very good. Now, I love Daniel and Buck and Cherry, and these are characters I actively like, and that is how you make a successful show, is you have to have a supporting cast that you like as much as your main lead. And I think that's something that these Disney Plus shows sometimes struggled with. Even when they were good, there often wasn't a good supporting cast around it. It was like, well, there's a main character and maybe one or two others on the side, but there wasn't like a cast around it that we can talk about like we are right now. Like, it's cool that we can have like 7 different plot lines that we can talk about and break down in the way you couldn't necessarily do that with like Miss Marvel or even like She-Hulk sometimes, where it's like those were just I was like, okay, it's just kind of the lead and stuff like that.
All right, so the big thing we're dealing with is saving Vanessa's life, and we find out about halfway through the episode, the surgeon has done the impossible, and he's managed to save her. And he seems very skeptical, but also like, we're hoping for the best. Fisk corrects him, like, no, she's going to be fine. We're not hoping, because this is Fisk. And just like with any character we've known over the years that have powers, and I'm not trying to compare Fisk to Superman necessarily, but like if you look over at Superman and Lois, when Superman can't save Lois when she has cancer, he loses it because there's nothing he can do. He doesn't have the ability to actually save her.
Despite
and we're
all his
looking,
powers, he's powerless.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kingpin has connections. He can get anything he wants pretty much, but he cannot save Vanessa in this moment. He just says she will be okay. And then we get this great moment where she wakes up, and look, Fisk is a piece of shit, and Vanessa's not much better. She's been a crime lord as well. But we get these flashbacks to her coming up in New York, in the art community, making the choice. Was it Rabbit in a Snowstorm, I think is the name of the piece that's there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Going back to that painting, which means so much. There's always been this callback to that painting in the show. Like, it's just been such an important part of Daredevil lore, as long as it's been on the show. We go back to that painting. We see her. We see the world she lives in, the fact that she really does care and love for Fisk. And the two of them genuinely care about each other. They really do. So she wakes up, and I got emotional only because I know how much they care about each other. And so I'm like, this is for the two of them in this moment. Forget about everything else that's going on. Just thinking about the two of them. He's genuinely happy. But I knew immediately something wasn't right, because not only did she ask for something that she would never ask for, which is already sort of a red flag, but she's repeating herself. She's asking him questions about she doesn't know what happened. Seems like her memory is worse than what it actually was. And I'm like, he's too excited to have her back. He's not seeing what we're seeing in this moment with her. And then we get, and this is why I think it's permanent. Let me tell you why I think this is permanent this time. Because it would be a second fake out in 2 episodes. And I don't think they would fake out her death twice at the end of 2 episodes. I think Vanessa is dead. And I think this is Fisk fully going back into Kingpin. Because he's been Fisk for a while. He's going to be Kingpin now.
Oh, yes.
This was their way of honoring the series regulars of the original show. Like, I think they knew they could just kill off 2 OGs without paying their respects and honoring them for their time on the show. And I think they're like, okay, we're going to give this episode to say goodbye to Vanessa and to say goodbye to Foggy. And then even being able to throw like Wesley in there, be like, you were also a fan favorite that's been a big part of the fandom. I want you to have your moment too.
Right.
It Jake will hate this. I got Arrow flashbacks with like Laurel Lance of just like, oh, she's okay again. And I was like, oh no, she's not. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Done much better.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give my score. This episode for me is like a 9.5 out of 10. It's almost a perfect episode. And the only reason I'm giving it a 0.5 down is because I feel like I want to wait a little bit to see, because I think we got some 10 out of 10 episodes coming, and I want to give a little breathing room for it. But I almost have no notes for this episode. I think it's a perfect episode of television in terms of what I look for in a show. And we didn't even have any huge action scenes. It was just a really good, well-made episode of television, in my opinion.
It's so, not to like repeat myself, but it's so much of what people fell in love with the original show is like, half of Daredevil was just people in a room talking to each other and having these long dialogues, and that's what made it work. And I'm curious to see how much of the like new generation of fans, if they like or dislike it, because I don't think a lot of people would like Daredevil if they start watching it now, right? Because it is a lot of people talking, and I know that is shortest, like there are short, attention spans now, and I don't think people would enjoy that as much now. But I would agree. I think for me, episodes 4 and 5 are on par with the original show. And it's not that I disliked any of the episodes previously. I thought they were solid, but like these last 2 are like, the show's back for me. Like,
but I've actually heard they even get better from everybody that's seen it. They're like, it's just a really good season all the way to the end. So
if they can stick the landing, I think this will be my favorite live action Disney Plus season we've gotten so far?
From
The answer is
Marvel.
yes. Do they stick the landing? Yes, they do.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think
All
it
right.
may just be that lucky for me, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't really know what I can add, but I will just say the last 3 episodes, if this was the calm, you're about to see the storm. Because everything from here on out is, like you said, Eric, he absolutely goes full Kingpin mode.
We've had Fisk, and now we're going to get Kingpin again. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, it really takes Michael Clark Duncan's quote from the 03 movie quite literally. The press want a kingpin, I'll give him a kingpin.
Oh yeah.
Well, and now there's no safe word, which was Vanessa. Vanessa was the safe
Correct.
word for all of this, like
Yep.
this bondage and role play, and now there's no more safe word.
I loved a little bit of what I assume is foreshadowing from last week's episode, where the like governor lady was like, "I can back a Mr. and Mrs. or yeah, like
She's
this.
not
I
going to
cannot."
right.
And I feel like that's a good look at like, oh, I don't even know if he's even going to focus on the mayor shit. I think he's going to be like, fuck it, I'm going.
It's not even going to matter anymore because, well,
Yeah.
look, let me say this.
We know
But-
in Spider-Man he's not the mayor, so
Yeah, I will say this. Vanessa, how do I put this? Vanessa was not only his strength, but also his Achilles heel, because
Yep.
that was the one thing that made him worry about, if I go too far, something could happen to her. And that's no longer in play. He doesn't give a fuck. And that's the crazy part of Kingpin, is that I feel like he's going to pull out every stop he has now. Like, he's going to go, I need to do everything I can do to go after the people that killed, as he would say, my Vanessa.
And I'm not going to say what it is, because I don't want to tell anybody that hasn't seen it yet or jump too far ahead. But there's a photo we saw this week, and if things are going where I think they're going, this could lead very interestingly to a very interesting season 3. That's all I'll say. It's out there if anyone wants to find it, but I will not mention it here. But I'm excited.
yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. All right. With that being said, I think do we have any super chats over here? We got them all? I think we got them all. Wait, no. Hold on. Lone Wolf, $2 super chat. I'm paying one of you to do a Fisk impression. Vanessa! I can't do it. He's got too much gravel in his voice. I can't do his Vanessa.
Vanessa. When I was a boy.
When I was a boy.
I think this might go down as one of Vincent's most iconic roles of all time. Like, he's going to be remembered for a few of them. This is the one.
Yeah.
I
If
think.
he does not get an Emmy nom for this, they're missing the fuck out.
I also don't think we've ever had like any bad adaptation of Kingpin, whether you're talking live action or animation. It's been one of the
Yeah.
most
That's true.
consistently well adapted characters.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you know what's crazy? We're getting him again this year. In Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man season 2.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right. That's right.
Yeah. And maybe
The question is, do we get a Kingpin on Spider Noir at some point? Is that we're gonna get?
that'd be sick as hell.
What were you about to say there? And you said, and maybe
I was gonna say maybe Spider-Man. Like, I mean, unlikely, but I'm also like, maybe Spider-Man. I don't. We'll see.
Wait. Oh,
I would
Green
say
Day.
so.
oh,
Actor says my favorite role of Vincent is Private Powell. I would say also his what is it? Jesus Christ, why am I drawing a blank on it?
oh man, I love that.
Was it SVU that he was on? Was that the one that he was on?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's on SVU.
Yeah, that role was one of my favorites.
God, I
too.
love Full Metal Jacket.
I do like the memes of like, well, now he's going to go like create the collider from Spider-Verse.
No. That I can safely say with confidence. No. that does not
Craziest plot twist of all time. It's the same universe.
So, all right. Well, I want to thank everybody for being here. We did all the super chats. We've already selected the winning polls. We don't have to do that. Praise be to the StreamYard polling system. Also, a shout out to everyone and the Debunks channel for getting a bonus Copecast next week. So there we go. Thanks for all the super chats, you guys. Amazing for everybody being here and chatting with us and having fun. Shout out to Joe and Omega, who had to bail out before we talked about Daredevil. But now we're going to go around and give everybody a chance to shout out their channel, starting with Jake. We're going to go clockwise tonight.
Okay. Yeah, right there. Drop at Jake on YouTube, do my own show, Jake's Lost Levels on Sundays, where I'm getting through the process of getting a bunch of game data back. We just officially completed what is now our third game. We got all the 100% data back for Batman Arkham City, so Arkham Knight's going to be taking that slot in the coming weeks. And yep, just working my way through a lot of Let's Plays and ranking videos to make way for Lego Batman at the end of May.
Okay. All right. Next up, Phil.
Unfiltered YouTube, Barrow, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok. Been
You know where
making
to find
shorts. Yep. Absolute Batman number 19 comes out tomorrow. So following that, there will be an episode of The Eternal Night talking about that, I'm sure. I have been doing some Kingdom Hearts streams, partially inspired by Darren doing his, but I love that first game so much, and I've always wanted to stream it and play it, so I'm making my way through that. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow after everything's all said and done on council. We'll see. But do I have anything else? Obviously, I was on Party Nation. We just wrapped Ranger Nation. You'll see Jake on there next week for Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. And you can catch me on Council Creators tomorrow and the Vodka stream on Friday, most likely. And you probably maybe catch me here on Thursday. So.
Okay. And what about you, Oscar Isaac, a.k.a. Darren Devil?
Yeah, you can find me over at Darren's Sanctuary. We put out a pipeline this past Thursday. We started our new phase of the MCU retrospective series. We did WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Those are very fun. And yeah, I have another pipeline coming out this Thursday with our buddy Kyle from Council. We talked a little bit of a movie recap of 2026. I almost said 4 for some reason. We talked Mario, Project Hail Mary, Send Help, and yeah. Also, I wanted to officially say, a couple weeks ago, Eric, you assigned me a task of thinking of what I wanted our activity to be, the one that I want, and I've decided I want the game to be our top 3 Arrowverse villains. I would like us to talk about our top 3 Arrowverse villains.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Whenever we do get to that, no rush, of course.
Malcolm in the Middle, Life is Still Unfair is really good. I enjoyed it. I watched all 4 episodes already.
Darren, that's going to be a fight.
Actor here says, I want to let you know, Eric, you have a fan from Berlin, Germany, and me. It was a great stream.
Very cool.
And I love your debunking videos. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And that's it. You guys know where to find me. By the way, Copecast tomorrow on the Debunks channel. But I'll be reacting to some videos. Don't know what yet. Something. If you haven't subscribed to both of my channels, please do so. Because if you don't, it means that you hate the universe. And I think you all love the universe. So you should definitely subscribe. Unless you do hate the universe. And then it's the opposite. If you hate the universe, you should subscribe. And I've thoroughly confused you. You just need to hit subscribe.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. We're out of here. We'll see everyone next time. Hey there, if you're seeing this, that means we have reached the end of the stream. Thanks so much for your continued support with comments, likes, subscriptions, super stickers, and super chats. I just want to give a special shout out to all of the channel members who have contributed to the success of this channel with paid tiers. On the screen, you will see your name displayed as a signal of appreciation from myself and the channel. If you would like to see your name on this list, consider selecting a tier with the join or plus button depending on your platform. Thanks again, everyone. Let's hang out soon in the next stream, and I'll see you then.